And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Friday. Yes, it is Friday. Oh, yeah. 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 Welcome to TopstepTV, an opening call. Congratulations, you're at the right place at the right time. Yes, you are. And he's Cheech, I'm Chong. And we have an exciting, informative educational programming for you today throughout the week. And today, our last day of the week, we will be your trading buddy, your trading mentor, your newscaster, your fellow trader, and even that wise prophet on the mountain who said, "Man who stand on toilet seat is high on pot." But so get yourself ready for some top-notch, up-to-date trading info know-how with our good friend, John Hoagland. John, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Eddie. Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Put that thing down.
I will.
Well, then I'll be Hulk Hoagland.
You be Hulk Hoagland. I'll be Randy Savage. Oh, it's Friday, and I'm having fun. You having fun? I'm having fun.
Yeah, I always have fun.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Always.
So, Johnny, how was your evening last night?
It was nice. It was quiet, early to bed, early to rise. Hopefully it makes men healthy, wealthy, and wise. Good morning, everybody. It's opening call. Friday, November the 10th.
10th.
Context, risk management, and patience. Always keep those in your mind.
Yes, sir. Well, news today. U.S. stocks were mixed heading in today, the final day of the week, as investors eyed that Treasury yield moves and gauged paths ahead interest rates following our good friend JJ, Federal Reserve Chairman. Elsewhere, yesterday we had a little a foobar with our 30-year note auction, and disrupted by a cyber attack on China's largest commercial lenders. And John's going to get a little more detail into that. U.S. stocks were mixed today. S&P sadly ended its 8-day winning streak in the prior session. Also, the Bank of China, I mentioned, had that it was a ransomware attack. Do you think it was an inside job? Wink, wink. Johnny, what do you got for our contestants? Johnny, what do you got for our contestants today?
No. For our contestants today, we don't have a lot of economic numbers due out today. Lori Logan spoke already this morning at 6:30. Bostic is going to be Bosticking this morning at 8 a.m. Central. 9 o'clock, the University of Michigan sentiment is due out. Maybe it would be somewhat impactful. We don't know. Let's see how that comes out. And for you crude traders at 12 o'clock, the Baker Hughes rig count is due out. As far as earnings are concerned, a much shorter list today. Of course, on Friday, that's typical. No majors. Alliance with mixed results. Bridgestone missing on both. Not really looking at anything that's going to be all that impactful after the close. So a relatively quiet day on earnings and economic reports. That ransomware situation that hit that bank, that may have had something to do with the lack of demand on that 30-year bond auction that happened yesterday. Now, that was only one of the things that added some question to our equity traders yesterday. Not just that, it was the fact that Powell was a little bit hawkish in his comments that he had yesterday. That was just enough to throw the rally off its kilter a little bit. I'm not sure if that's going to be any kind of major reversal or more of a consolidation or pullback that we've been kind of looking forward to, because we need to even out these inventories before we can continue this end of the year rally that everybody looks for.
Yes. Well, looking at some of these other markets, oil prices, we're still heading for the third straight week of steep losses. Once again, we hit that 75 level, bringing it back here right now, 76.65. And, the both benchmarks were down about 5% this week. So it's their longest weekly losing streak since the 4-week drop in mid-April, early May. Other news, if you're here in Chicago, yes, the Hawks won, the Bears won. Connor Bedard, 2 goals, 2 assists. I'm stoked. And bad news is TJ Maxx and Marshalls are closing stores across the U.S. So quick, go get your clothes at TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Do you know if they're closing all of them, or are they just closing select stores?
I think select stores.
Select stores.
Closed stores across the U.S. 2 closed stores. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So quick, get in there and buy everything you can.
I don't have the shopping gene, so it doesn't affect me, but I know my wife likes those stores, and and I know a lot of folks. I mean, those seem to be some pretty good stores. I know that they have some pretty cool stuff in them, but again, I don't have the shopping gene. Everything I'm wearing was at one time a gift.
It was from Topstep.
Yes.
I shop at Topstep. Because they got everything. You know what? I'll have Michelle call Donna and see if they can go clean.
Yeah, get their last shopping spree in there at TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
TJ Maxx. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to our Marines.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, 248th. Is that right, John?
Yeah.
248th birthday.
248 years of the Marines.
Yes. Keeping our country safe. And God love them. We're going to have Dan back. Remember that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Danny's going to be with us, Danny Hodgman, at around 9:45 a.m. And we've got a little special thing for our veterans Saturday tomorrow. I'm going to be reminding you throughout the day. Make sure to check your email tomorrow, Saturday, because we're going to be sharing a code that will get you your first month in a new combine, 50K combine for only $11.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when bread was a nickel, right?
Right.
Combine was $11, bread was a nickel, milk a gallon, dime.
Gas was a quarter.
Yeah, gas was a quarter. Would you say?
Yeah.
Gallon of gas was a quarter. All right. So anyway, we've got some time here, I hope. Trying to talk as fast as we possibly can. Johnny, let's take a look at our charts for today.
Yes. And again, thanks to all of our veterans and all that you do to protect the freedoms that we enjoy here. God bless all of you. Yes. Dan is a Marine veteran, so he's going to come on and talk about his beloved Marines and Veterans Day and everything that means to him. And again, everybody, please remember to pray for peace. Let's take a look at the E-mini S&Ps. We have been lowering the grade of the upside auction in the S&Ps and the NASDAQ. We had a relatively robust yet hollow rally last week. This week, we've been pretty much consolidating, and that pullback that we had yesterday may or may not have needed to happen, whether we had any hawkish talk or anything else that happened yesterday. It's setting up an area of consolidation. So when we have a big move, it can't just continue in that direction. It has to pull back or consolidate. We're setting up potential consolidation. Now, the volume yesterday on the down day was pretty good. The down days always seem to bring more volume because everybody says, oh my gosh, here's the big break. Let's get in. Well, did they yesterday? And then the S&Ps, we added about 3,700 in open interest, and that's the estimate. So it wasn't like a big dump or jump in new shorts or liquidation of new longs. So I think a lot of our longer time frame speculators and our longest of time frames did not adjust inventories yet here near weekly kickoff high. I would be looking for a much bigger change in open interest to see if there was a major change in positioning. I don't see that. So that leads me to believe that instead of a reversal, we're looking at a potential setup for range-bound activity for a while. We've been largely range-bound right around that weekly kickoff high. It became magnetic. We had a nice little kick in the gut yesterday. We saw some selling coming in, but I don't think it was all that substantial to where we're going to see a major reversal. Of course, I didn't think this was going to be a V bottom either. I've been wrong before, and now that I've said that, the market loves to make a liar out of me. So I'm going to be trading what I see. And even though I wasn't all that impressed with this upside move last week, I still was able to make money on it because I was trading what I saw and what the market was telling me and talking to me. So we're going to try and do that again today. So the previous balance low down here, 43.41. I don't think we're at risk of changing market state until we get that back down below that level, which also coincidentally lines up with the 200 session moving average, which is currently sitting at 43.34 3/4. So we're going to be looking at the low from yesterday as potential opportunities, maybe looking a little bit above the weekly kickoff high for opportunities and range bound activity, because what are our range bound rules? We be patient, we look for the extremes, and we put our opportunities on at the extremes of balance, and we try and avoid the middle. Breakouts from balance we go with. Those can be some of our bigger opportunities. Right now we're in range bound trade, and I'll be looking for opportunities on the extremes. Take a look at the 30-minute chart. What is the 30-minute chart telling us? The 30-minute chart is telling us that we are looking where the market drove to yesterday, right to the previous gap that comes in, the gap from Friday to Monday, the gap, we gapped in here, we tried to close the gap here. The gap is closing a little bit. However, it has not been successfully closed. So the rejection of this gap is one other thing that leads me to believe that we're going to probably set up a range here, adjust inventory through consolidation before the next major move. We've got some overnight inventory that's holding to the long side. Settlement is all the way down here at 43.62. The market moved down 37.25 points yesterday on higher open interest. It's basically the market just was consolidating. We had Powell come out and start talking, and that's when things, as well as that bond auction, that there was really not a lot of demand yesterday, but that of course could have been something with the that Chinese bank that had that malware issue. So investors and traders have short memories. If that is all resolved and we don't have Chairman Powell saying anything, I'm looking for this market to begin to rotate inside this area. So what do we do here? We've got the profile yesterday was a double distribution trend day. In essence, very little single TPOs here. We're already back through them. Where the market broke to the downside is another level that I'll be interested in seeing. Where the market changed, it was range bound. It broke the initial balance low, tested around it a little bit, and then drove. So 43.87 is, I think, where the major change happened yesterday. And that puts us square up against the 100 and 200 session moving averages on the 30-minute chart. So this looks, because of that, this is where the market changed yesterday, and we've got those two moving averages there. These are visual levels traders are going to look for opportunities at. We are opening in range and in value, which says, what does it say? It says, let's be patient and wait for better trade locations as the day goes on. We're diddling in the middle if we're going to be getting into anything really early here today. We've already seen some one-time framing off the lows, off rejection of the gap. Excuse me. Pardon me. So I'm probably going to really try and stay patient this morning. It's capital preservation day. The market isn't giving us any really important, information early. We're in range. We're in value. There's very little, perhaps, change in the perception of value. So we're probably going to be waiting for the initial balance to establish itself and then work those extremes as though those are a range-bound type of situation. So again, we're kind of opening in a potential repair area. I talk about repair when there's a double distribution trend day. We can see on this volume profile, I'm going to make this really big. Volume, low volume, and volume. When we open in between two areas of high volume and a low volume area, the market has a tendency to repair. It fixes the profile from yesterday by moving to the upper high volume node and or moving to the low volume node. So another reason why I'm going to try and stay patient is because the potential for a repair day exists. Probably more questions about repair days, and we can answer those as the day goes on, and we will certainly have the opportunity. I'll keep my eyes peeled. If you have questions about that, we can go back and look at how repair days kind of play themselves out. Now let's take a quick look at the NASDAQ, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we had 2 days trying to get to weekly kickoff high. Yesterday we got to weekly kickoff high. We looked above it and rejected. There may be a different outcome from yesterday if things didn't happen in that bond auction and Powell was quiet yesterday. It could have been a different day. Doesn't really matter. It is what it is. We've still got this trend line here that was 2, 3 points, 4 points of contact on the way down. We're still testing it as we speak. We closed above it. We closed above it. We closed below it. We're back above it. We're just kind of testing between last week's high and weekly kickoff high at this point. And this trend line comes right inside of that. The 100 session moving average right inside of that. The 50 session just below that. The most recent pullback low, this would be a pretty substantial move to the downside, which would take us down here. I'm not looking for something like that, especially with being a Friday with no real information coming out today. There's nothing, no majors, no major earnings, nothing. Our talking feds will be done by 8 o'clock this morning. We've got Bostic speaking as we speak. So we're going to be looking at maybe some shorter time frame information, shorter time frame levels. Where the market moved to yesterday, moved to last week's high. We didn't even get to any of the gaps down below where we did in the S&Ps. NASDAQ continuing to hold higher levels than the S&Ps. Well, overnight inventory is long. We, tested this trend line a couple of times last night. What was resistance becomes support. A lot of folks disagree with that, but when we see it with our own eyes, it's what appears to be happening. So if we were here sitting and looking at this morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, we may have recognized that we're having trouble moving down below this level. We've got a potential demand area here. Market is already moving to the upside, but again, placing us in the middle of the value area, in the middle of the range yesterday. Patience is what I'm going to be spouting, and that's what I always do. It's so important to be patient. I don't even know. I was trying to figure the right word to say it. Is that touting, maybe? Touting patience? Maybe that would be a better word for that. But yes, I will be touting patience. It's not a double distribution trend day. It's more of a normal variation day, but we do have some volume down here. We have some volume up here, and price is currently between them. So a possible repair day, again, down to settlement, down to and up to the volume point of control. We're right in the middle of it. Stay patient. Look for better trade locations as the day goes on. I can say that until I'm blue in the face. And do I always do it? No. All right. We'll take a look at crude oil now. Well, we got
a look at crude. Once again, hitting your 75s.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging around there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we talked about this a little yesterday on the opening call, and the U.S. government has been trying to figure out a way to refill the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And they said they were going to do it around $70. They were talking about doing it again when it was up around $90. It would suffice to say that they would be able to buy the crude oil cheaper down here at $75, $76, $77 than up at $90. It is a cheaper price. Maybe this is something they're considering. We're not privy to those conversations, But if it were me and I needed to buy a few million barrels of crude oil, I'd probably start looking down around here. I don't know, just saying. So it is in rollover. Balance is forming. Rollover has a tendency to create balance, especially in crude oil. There's a lot of positions that need to be moved into future months, a lot of liquidations, a lot of things changing as far as contract months and volume and open interest. The longer time frame traders are more interested in getting a cheap rollover or making money on that rollover than they really are thinking about directional activity. We've got an inside extended trading hour range, inside an extended trading hour range, inside an extended trading hour range. Market seems to be shrinking here. That might be important at some point in the future to keep in mind. Volume yesterday, low, but this is the expiring month. It doesn't expire for another 2-3 weeks, but the rollover has certainly begun as the volume in the January contract, the open interest in the January contract has now usurped the open interest in the December contract. However, the volume is still in the December contract. There's still a lot of rollover activity to play out yet. So again, the longer time frame is going to be trying to avoid directional activity so that it'll make it easier for them to get a cheap roll or even make money on that rollover. So keeping that in mind, if we stay inside the range here, all right, here's a kind of a 2-day range. We're inside yesterday's range, which was inside the previous day's range. Ranges is the play here. We've got 1-2 points of contact, 1-2 points of contact. The market seems to be shrinking in on itself, which could provide decent opportunity for the day trader. We're right in the middle of it. We're in range. We're at the high of value from yesterday. Maybe we're going to reject value, test this trend line, which is a weak short time frame trend line. I'm not saying that this trend line is the end all be all for everything. But if we do find some decent activity above there, we could go back up and check weekly kickoff low. We haven't checked weekly kickoff low here since Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Since Tuesday, we broke down through it, and we've been holding below it ever since. So market is coiling. It may be building energy with this technical pattern here. Watch the extremes. If we're range bound, we're looking for executions at this high and at this low. If we find that the market breaks out with some momentum, some participation, some volume, or time, we're going to go with the breakout from this area. I think it's less likely to happen again because it is rollover. The profile yesterday was a normal variation day. Neutral, even though we did kind of push to the downside here. We don't technically have a late spike because the market did pull back and close back inside the previous range. However, if we were looking at this as a late spike, it is showing obviously signs of rejection at that level. We get back down to this trend line. We get back down to this area. This is an interesting spot above. Anything in the middle, try and stay patient. Let the market open. Let it establish its early range and work those extremes for your opportunities. And finally, on to gold.
Yes,
Eddie's favorite.
I tell you, today I'm hands off.
Yeah. Well, if you had a good week, it's Capital Preservation Friday, right? You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I had a good week. No reason to dump it now.
Yeah, I mean, unless something really, really juicy comes looking for you, I don't blame you at all.
Like a nice Italian roast beef sandwich here in Chicago. Oh, baby. I'm hungry.
Extra hot peppers, please.
Yes, please.
All right.
And a Dr. Pepper.
So off this high here, markets have been largely one time framing lower. One time framing. Every daily bar has a lower high and a lower low since we put in this excess high up here. One time framing means all time frames are acting in concert, pushing price lower. Even with the pullback yesterday, the range was overlapping to lower. We only added 1,000 in open interest yesterday. Volume was a little bit higher, but it will only activating $1,000 is not like a mandate for holding at those lows. Just some traders trading positions. That's all that says to me. It's not a big change. The 30-minute chart, you can see since Sunday, Monday's value, Tuesday's value, Wednesday's value, Thursday's value was a little bit higher. We saw that pullback off that low, and we centered really right around weekly kickoff low. Overnight inventory is certainly short. We're opening below value. We are testing the low from yesterday. We have this gap down here that could get repaired today. We could see this market continue this move to the downside. I think the whole idea is whether we reaccept or reject range from yesterday as to whether we're going to come down here and take out some of this old naked points of control down here and take out this gap. Overnight inventory, however, is short. If we can't continue to move to the downside, you're going to have a whole bunch of short time frame traders get nervous at some point, start getting out of all those overnight shorts and push price back towards where the market opened right here at 1,700. The opening price was 1964.10. 1964. It's a good year.
You were born that year.
Well, at least for me, it was. I mean, I was born that year. So,
yeah.
I said, man, how do we get so old, Eddie? How do we get so old? Anyways.
Don't close your eyes anymore and hold your breath.
Well, take your deep breath. Be ready for the trading day. Stay humble, grateful, creative, and centered in your trading today. Don't forget, 9:30. What is it? 9:30, 9:45. We're going to have Marine Dan with us and everything else we got going on.
Got a nice little surprise.
Yes. Don't forget, pray for peace.
Pray for peace, please. All right, fast markets coming up. And remember, it's tradertainment and not financial advice, but we'll be right back. I promise. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get it.
What's up, Andre?
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody.
Good morning, Andre.
Happy Friday. Now, John and me sort of did a little wrestler thing earlier today. Did you ever watch wrestling?
I did. I was of the Stone Cold Steve Austin Rock era.
Okay.
That was the
All right.
wrestling.
You could be stoned.
Stone Cold.
Or whatever. It's Friday, so Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That was my era when I was into wrestling. Yeah.
All right, Jack. Who did you like?
I think I'm of a similar age with Andre. There, it was like The Rock, Stone Cold. I didn't follow wrestling that much, to be honest.
We are open.
Okay,
we're open. Here we go, and there's the bell. Ding, ding, a ding. Good job, Johnny. Good job.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right. I am probably not going. I've got the 5-minute chart on. There was a request that we could focus on the shorter time frame chart. So I've got the 5-minute chart here on the E-mini S&Ps. Probably not going to be taking the opening range trade because we are right in the middle of range, value, low. Oh, I got I should have rebooted this earlier. My apologies.
I got short 82 quarters.
All right.
Yeah,
Andre, aggressive off the open here this morning.
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right, that's our show for today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
That's all, folks. I'm out. That was quick.
Andre's done.
Up 150 real quick. I got to do something.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Save me some time there. Putting in.
Yeah, sorry, in and out. Patak style.
You're out now?
Yeah. It was waffling around. I didn't like the trade. I just did it just to get in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Tradertainment.
Well, I mean,
I got to snap this slump I've been in, so I got to get something. I got to get taste a little profit.
the opening range on both the NASDAQ and the S&Ps has broken to the downside.
Yes, it has. I've noticed that if you catch the opening move like you've been doing, I've learned it from you, Johnny.
Yeah.
I've seen what you're doing. You can catch a runner on the open with this opening range trade.
I want to loves everybody. Before we started the show, the market was moving to where he wanted to be. And I go, well, put the trade on. Go ahead, John. But no, you know what? That's how much John Hoagland loves everybody.
Well, it is a Capital Preservation Friday, right? So
yes, it is.
Let's keep it tight.
Yes, and I'm not John Hoagland today. I am Hulk Hoagland. Hulk Hoagland.
Your alter ego.
Okay, so Andre, the opening range in the S&Ps yesterday was the dead ass high.
I know.
You're short right there.
You took a short. You were short off of the high, off of the open.
But if I held it to the close,
that's some chicken right there.
Let's call it a 45-point range, 45-point profit. It was 51 3/4 point range yesterday in the S&P.
That is a nice little week in one day right there.
Right. And it happened 3 times the week before where we left the opening range at the low and ended on and finished on the high.
Yeah.
Those are the trades that I usually am taking, but I'm not for some freaking reason.
You were going to say something else there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He's okay.
But yes, I'm learning from you finally after week and a half after starting last week, this opening range trade. It does follow through. It does push, so you can catch momentum on them.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, but it's streaky, Andre, because a lot of traders look for it. A lot of traders see it, and when it starts to happen with greater frequency, they all jump on it.
Yep.
And when enough of them jump on it, they ruin it, and they'll do it for a while until they say, "Well, it doesn't work anymore," and then they'll abandon it, and then it'll start to work again.
Okay, I just got long S&Ps real quick, light and tight. Out. Sorry. All right, up to 50.
Very Patak-esque of you, light and tight.
I have to switch it up. What I've been doing lately has not been working. So I need to start switching up strategy, shifting gears, do something to break out of the slump. So far, so good. Up 250. I'll take it.
That's pretty good. I mean, you just stepped in here. And you're buying lunch already.
Like I said, something hasn't been clicking, so I need to change it up. So maybe go light and tight, these quick hitters like Patak's doing, taking the opening range trade like John's been doing. I gotta learn from you guys, man.
I was gonna say, Andre, you're like possessed by the spirit of Patak.
Yes.
Something, man. I see how he does it, but I mean he's doing it with NASDAQ, which is a little bit easier. Or not, I don't know, easier, but at least you get the follow through momentum.
All right, now it's time to start trading 8 lots.
I ain't that silly. Dude, that was wild the other day. He went dead ass quiet, and I'm like, what are you doing over there?
That was one of the funniest moments I've seen on the show, is everyone just being quiet, being like, what's next?
Does that say 10? Does that say 10? Oh my God.
Are we going 20?
What are we doing? Yeah, that was wild. But hopefully made for some good viewing at the very least. Hey, Mick, manage my position for me. I'm out of here.
Yeah, right. Deanna's here. Deanna says just go 10 lots.
Yeah, I'm with you, Market Stalker.
Freddie Decker in the house. What's up, Fred?
Hey.
What up, Fred Deck?
Was your ears ringing last night? I was talking to Hoop.
We're still pushing.
Mentioning our OGs from the old Squawk radio days.
Yes. Where's MP? MP is traveling currently right now. I believe he'll be back next week. So tune in for some more wild trading from the boss
He's
himself.
still traveling? I mean, we saw him in the plane yesterday. He didn't get there yet. How's it going?
I think he's there.
To the moon.
I think I saw him with a margarita in his hand last night.
There you
go.
Yeah.
I know I certainly would have.
Yes.
Carmen San Diego with MP.
Sure
Where
is.
in the world
It is.
is MP?
So we got Friday light. We got light data, light speaker calendar today, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're Bostic already spoke. We got the University of Michigan sentiment at 9:00, which may or may not be impactful. Let's see what Bostic had to say here. If we can get a look at it here.
Yeah. You go to Financial Juice, Johnny,
a lot of it.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
I like Financial Juice.
We do have our Michigan
coming
up here.
Bostic was saying there's still more work to be done on inflation. We got into restrictive territory about a year ago. We'll still see spending and demand slow. It's going to take time. If policy is effectively tighter as inflation falls and rates rise. Fiscal policy is important in getting us to where we are now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Poor fiscal policy has had a lot to do with where we are now. And that's really about all I'm seeing here that really.
How much of what their prepared speeches and texts is based on what they're seeing in the bond, in the rates, treasury rates? Because rates have retreated big time off 5% 10-year at least. I mean, they're trying to talk rates up to do their work for them or something. I've always thought about that. How much are they?
They're looking at oodles and oodles of different things to move the levers that they have.
Right.
To try and trim some of this inflation. And the thing about inflation, Andre, and I know everybody knows, once you have inflation, it's like luggage. You can never get rid of it.
Yes. It sticks to you like Velcro.
Yeah, it's very difficult to try and rein in inflation. A lot of it has to do with government spending and printing and all of that. So, the amount of spending that's been going on has just really fueled it. And you remember, 2-3 years ago, they said, well, yeah, it's a little inflationary now, but
remember those days?
It'll pass by.
Transitory.
It's transitory, right?
What a beautiful phrase.
Right. It's like you get dog poop on your shoe. That's not transitory. That's there for a while.
Yeah. You're going to have to scrub that shit.
Yes. And that's what we're doing now is trying to scrub it out, right?
Yep.
So, Dre, you were looking at a long. Did you?
I got in and out. Yeah, NASDAQ's taking off higher.
Yeah, NASDAQ has taken out the high of the opening range. S&P has not. Yeah. Yesterday, the same thing happened.
Yes, it did.
NASDAQ took out the high of the opening range. The S&Ps never did.
So what does that tell us? Well, NASDAQ's going higher. We'll see if the S&Ps can follow. My man Eddie's usually on the case when it comes to leaders and NASDAQ's still going. So what's our strategy going into this Friday, John?
Well, my strategy is don't do a freaking thing for the first hour.
Okay.
Because
why? We just let it play out
for riveting TV. I'm sure.
Yes, I know it's not riveting TV, but if nobody was watching and I was sitting here by myself looking at these markets, I'd be like, why do anything here? Because it's in value from yesterday. Here's the volume.
What does value mean, John? Someone was asking in the chat.
So value is there's two different values.
Okay. On
this profile, you have time value, which takes us up to 4406 down to 4365.
4406.
70% of the time in the range yesterday, as it relates to the point of control, was between those two levels.
06s to 65s?
06s to 65s, 365s.
Okay.
Volume, however, because the volume point of control is so low in the profile, the volume value takes us almost to the low of the day yesterday, which is 43.58, and then up to 43. 94. So you're getting two different pictures of value.
94.
If you are a market profile TPO trader, your focus is on the TPO value and the TPO point of control.
Okay.
If you're a volume trader, you're probably looking at value being a little bit lower than the TPO value.
Okay.
Because the point of control, the volume point of control, we put in the highest single price with the most volume right at the end of the day yesterday. Right? So there's information in that.
There is information. I'm trying to figure out what that information is.
Okay, here's that information.
Yeah.
We had a double distribution trend day. So there was a distribution of time and volume up here. When noon hit and people started chirping, something changed.
Something did
change. The level that something changed is probably pretty close to the IB low, the initial balance low. Initial balance being the first hour of trade.
Okay.
43.88 is where really the market started to lose its value up here and start to price lower. That's where it fell off from, right? So here we are. We're between an assumed point of control in the upper distribution of time and volume, and an assumed point of control in the lower distribution of time and volume, and we're in the middle of it.
Gotcha.
So what this has a tendency to do, and my T4 has frozen on me just a little bit here. Be patient; it'll come up. But because we opened here, the market seems to be have a desire or a want to fill in between these assumed points of control in the upper area and the lower area.
That's in value?
That's in value. You know, if you're looking at both, I mean, you're looking at volume value to the low of the day yesterday, 43.59, 43.58.
What a buy.
Down here. And then you're looking at volume, at TPO value all the way here. So, you know, do we have value through the entire range yesterday? It depends on which lens you're looking at.
Right.
But because we've opened in the low time and low volume area here, the market is likely to target either this volume point of control down here, which we could assume is the point of control from the lower distribution, or it could target the point of control up here. One or both of these points of control is likely to be visited today.
There you go. But we have to get out of this range to figure out if we break the range with a push to either upside or downside, then we'll target those levels essentially. Right.
So looking at the longer time frame chart, the daily.
This is good shit, man.
So where are we? Well, we're starting to create balance here. What have we been talking about? We needed for a continuation to the upside, or even maybe a continuation to the downside. We got all this activity moving up here. We've been saying that the auction is tiring to the upside. We finally have set up a pullback into a consolidation, and that is my number one hypothesis today, is that we've created balance, and the extremes of that balance is where I would put on larger size, because what's the balance rules, Andre? We fade the extremes until there's a sustained breakout outside of it, then we go with it.
So that rally in the day, that rally, that's last week. And the sideways or consolidation has essentially been this week.
This week, correct.
Yep, there you go. That's a good picture of where we're at.
So now, if we look back at this area of consolidation, we're back in it. We're right back into an area that we previously consolidated at. So the low of this consolidation, if you're looking at the body lows here,
yes.
I mean, this closed at 43.57 quarter. What's our low? 43.54 quarter.
Man.
Right?
Yeah, man, this is good info, dude.
Now we're just hanging out in a previous area of balance. Look what happened when we finally accepted and broke outside of this area of balance. You go with it.
Yep.
Bam.
Yep. That's the momentum trade. That's the follow through.
Right. So there's a different strategy. for that. Range bound, we're fading the extremes. Selling high, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, buying low. We take a loss on this one. We see that there's good volume coming in.
Yes.
Now we're looking for opportunities to sell strength so we can get into the short, which we're looking for continuation to the downside in.
How about that V bottom? Who saw that coming, man?
That I did not see that coming, and I wasn't all that impressed by the volume on the way up. It kept falling off, and open interest was sort of weak. It felt kind of hollow.
It was flimsy. I know, man. I know.
It was. But
But hey, you still made money getting long.
Yeah. I mean, my idea was it's going to end soon, but it ended this week.
What's your P&L, Johnny?
I haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
I've done nothing.
How's the gold looking, Eddie?
You know what? Like I said, I'm happy for the week here.
Cool.
I put up some good days. And I'm not going to jeopardize it today, unless.
Wow, left us hanging there.
Yeah, you did.
I'm
that was gonna be the money tip right there.
Unless
I click on the wrong thing and exit the.
Your fat finger.
There you go.
Jack,
Eddie,
you got
blink
some
if you can
news
hear
for
us.
us today, don't you?
Yeah, I can do a little news.
Do a little news.
Do a little news. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
All right.
What do we got?
The bond auction yesterday,
Not
as
good.
is noted in the title of this show, face planted. One of the worst bond auctions, I believe, in history.
Wow.
If we can go to the next one here, though, JP Morgan had a banger of a title for this. Death Cab.
Hello. That's pretty good.
QT.
QT.
Stands
That
for
is
quantitative tightening. Also, Death Cab for cutie, CUTIE. One of the definitive bands of my high school years.
It really?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quite emo. I never got into emo, but
Well, it was alternative. It was like alternative, right?
yeah. I don't know. I just saw them because I'm old now. I just saw them at the Salt Shed in Chicago a few months
How is that place?
Salt Shed.
Is it cool?
Sick.
Salty.
So just so you guys know, they turned a salt factory, like a Morton salt factory in Chicago.
Oh,
into a
cool.
concert
That
venue.
place. Okay.
Yeah.
The one off the highway.
It's awesome, and it just panders to people in their mid 30s, and I love it. I need
Sweet.
something
Perfect.
to feel like I still matter. If you can flip to the next one, James. Also, I can't believe we haven't mentioned this yet. Have you guys seen this video yet? We can't show the video.
Oh my gosh.
But everyone, please go to Twitter, go to YouTube, go to YouTube, and look up this clip. What
Is that what he really said?
It's real. Some protest.
Dude, don't take shit, man.
Paul's had enough of it.
He is off whatever he was on at the Grateful Dead concert because some protesters came in and it's wild, man. He literally says, "Close the effing door," without the effing part.
Amazing.
And, James, if you can flip to the last slide there. This is my favorite comment. Sorry, we can only close the door a quarter to a half.
Ooh, shots fired.
Oh, and door closing is transitory.
Hey.
I love top-rated comments on things. So thank you, obvious fake person and Chubkey.
Yeah.
You'll never see this, but you were noticed.
You were noticed, yes.
Yeah,
That's good stuff, Jack.
Oh my goodness.
So what else do we have on the show today? I believe it's we got Veterans Day.
we've got we're gonna have Mick on for shoulder tap.
Nice.
But before that, Danny's coming in.
Nice.
And we got a little special something for our veterans, for our Marines here. Marines 248th happy birthday today. And tomorrow, as you mentioned it, watch your email. Okay.
Really?
Make sure you check your email tomorrow. We're going to be sharing a code, secret, special, Topstep encrypted. No, it's not encrypted. It's an easy code that will get you your first month in a new 50K combine for only $11.
Wow. For November 11th, 11/11.
11/11. Right.
There's always Veterans Day in November 10th, the birthday of the Marines. Looking forward to seeing Dan.
Absolutely. Are we open on Monday?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
We are open every day, all day.
The market's pause for no one.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Even on the weekends, if you can find us on YouTube, you gotta look.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to our private channel.
Please,
Get that
please like
exclusive
and
content.
subscribe and all.
That's encrypted. Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, so just taking a look here at Tilt. Tilt is 50-50-ish. You ask what is Tilt? It's the top scroll across the screen right now. Yes, it is.
Yep.
And it shows the aggregated positions of all our sim traders here at Topstep. And kind of a sentiment indicator as to which way people are leaning, which way the the incentivized trading public, if you will, are they bearish or bullish?
Yes.
That particular market. So
Yes, the short time frame speculators.
Short
Are
time
they
frame.
long or short? And there's thousands of accounts. It is sometimes an unbelievable indicator to have. I mean, just knowing what your time frame is thinking and doing gives you an edge. It's an absolutely unbelievable opportunity to get a really good look at what your direct time frame traders are doing in the market at that time.
right.
It kind of comes off of a thing that they used to do on the grain floor called the bullish consensus. One question: are you bullish grains?
Yeah.
And whenever it was 80% bullish, the high was pretty close, and whenever it was 20% bullish, the low was pretty close. Hence my dad's wisdom of market always looks the best at the top and the worst at the bottom.
It does.
Hey, Jay, what are you calling his leaders and laggards here today?
Looks like
These markets are
good
skewed.
question. Good question. Well, it looked like the Nasdaq took it higher. Hogue noticed, but the S&Ps just wouldn't follow. So we might be decoupled right now. There might not be a leader or lagger, or a relationship needs to form. I'm not seeing anything. Are you?
Well, here's
Those
why
trading
we
the
did-
Dow.
You know what? Maybe we
put
should
that
be
in
paying.
play.
We should be paying more attention to the Dow.
Keep an eye on it.
I almost want to tell the traders trading the Dow not to trade the Dow.
I know. Well, we don't trade the Dow, but these. Why do you say that, Jack?
Because it's a goofy index, man. Like all the other indices are market cap weighted. The
Yes,
the Dow is a relic. Like, are you 103 years old? Why are you trading the Dow? Like, what is it in the other indices? Please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong on this, but what is it in the other indices that you don't like? Like, are you trading off of like a physical Wall Street Journal paper? Like, why the Dow? Tell me if I'm wrong.
You have
on
a-
it. Like,
You have a
Get 'em in the
ticker
chat.
machine?
Go get him in the chat, everyone. Get Jack.
just imagining people with like their ticker tape coming
Yeah,
out
there you
of the
go.
machine.
Yep.
The Dow
So-
was up today. It's like,
So Andre, here's why we didn't take the opening range trade.
Let's see.
There's
Yeah, I
the
know.
opening range. Boom, boom. The market is opened in range and in balance. It's going to auction lower and higher and lower and higher and lower and higher and lower and higher. We're just waiting to see what kind of range we can put in early before we start looking at opportunities. Here's the Dow. If you want to see the profile for the Dow,
Might as well.
opening range, the dead ass high.
Yeah, we're here. We are.
Dow's looking weak.
Dow's looking weak. Is Dow up or down right now?
It is up just 99 ticks,
Good.
100 ticks.
It's a
I
Gretzky.
mean, it's settled all the way down here, so the overnight is where the movement came in.
Cool.
And then I've got the daily. Well, this is the weekly.
Those are the big apples, Fred Decker says. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay. But how do you trade that chart?
J-Man, I don't know about gold. I'm really not watching it, but I know that we're moving lower here right now. Yeah, I'm really not going to put nothing on today. I'm very content.
There you go. Hoop in the house. Deanna's in
Freezing
the
up on me, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. It's Friday.
Yeah. Got to reboot the computer.
All right. You coming back in a minute?
We'll be back. I'll save you a seat.
We'll keep it warm for you.
You can keep it warm. Hands off.
Oh, don't go there. It's Friday.
Senior Willie, where do I get the code for $11?
Check your email.
Check your email tomorrow. All right, give it like sometime afternoon, somewhere around there.
Enjoy your Friday evening. Enjoy your Saturday morning.
Yeah, after you bowl a Captain Crunch and some cartoons.
Well, those were the days.
Check your email.
Those were the days.
Captain Crunch, I tell you, now you eat Captain Crunch and you'd be spitting out blood.
It's gnarly.
It's just so hard and sharp and no.
What's your poison, John?
Lucky Charms.
Well,
probably.
Stuff's fire too.
With me Lucky Charms.
It's a good.
But for a healthy cereal, I like rice checks with bananas sliced on it.
All right, you're out. Next.
Eddie's not feeling it.
You know what? I tell you, those you had Lucky Charms, right? Those little marshmallow candies.
Yeah.
They go on Amazon. They sell them like in buckets. Just the candy.
Just the marshmallows?
Just the marshmallows in buckets. I know that because the wife is like, honey, can you get me a bucket of these nice little marshmallow treats?
They're yummy.
Yeah, this segment is sponsored by Ozempic.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Frosted Flakes as well.
Frosted Flakes? Yeah.
You know why?
Because they're great.
They're great.
Oh, that's Tony the Tiger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Patrick Campbell. Is that Patrick Campbell?
The Patrick Campbell?
Yeah, Patrick Campbell from the S&P pit.
Oh, that Patrick Campbell.
Yes. Frankenberry. Who likes Frankenberry? Yeah.
Frankenberry.
Market stalkers. Eggs are better. Yes, they are, Market Stalker. They are much better for you than
some protein.
Sugar-coated. Yeah, but here in the States, I mean, there's one thing. Did you know that if, a bottle of Heinz ketchup, right? We probably all got one in our refrigerator. Look at the ingredients, all right, here in America, in U.S. Now, if you're up in Canada and you look at the ingredients in Heinz ketchup, it says tomato and vinegar. That's
all it
it.
Should be.
Here in the States, the list is like that long. It's preservatives and this and that and that and this. I don't know why.
We got a lot of corn to sell, Eddie. A lot of corn.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Dude, I think that's what it is, man.
I don't have a problem with that because I don't touch ketchup.
Really?
Ew.
Boy, if there was a certain someone on the show right now, you'd be blasting me talking poorly about ketchup. He puts it on his steak sometimes.
Ketchup is disgusting.
It can be gnarly.
It's okay. I'll use it for sauces like cocktail sauce.
Yeah,
if it's half Tabasco sauce, then it's all right. But just regular ketchup?
Yeah, Tabasco on your eggs? Oh, baby.
You can take the boy out of Nebraska, but you can't take the Nebraska out of the boy.
Ain't that the truth? Ketchup on everything. Damn it. Starting to build some shorts here in NASDAQ. Keep an eye on that. 66% short.
I was looking at it Dow and it was like 70-30. Is that still right?
Short or
long? It was
long?
like the most skewed.
Well, keep in mind, there's an important caveat there is that this is based on open positions at Topstep, and I feel I'd have to look at it, but I don't know how many people we have trading the Dow.
Trading the Dow. You're right. You're right.
Sample size, it could be an issue. Oh, Mick putting ketchup on his hot dog. Oh, be careful.
No. Somebody who put ketchup on. Don't you dare put ketchup on a hot dog.
Damn right. Look at him standing by it.
My wife does. I'll go to the Pops in town.
Danielle
what do you want, honey?
Move to Wisconsin.
With ketchup? No.
Ooh, another boy. There's some weird price action going on in the spoos right now.
You're looking at the spoos. Spoos taking a drop.
Yeah, but it's like gapping down. There's some big sell order. I've been watching time and sales, but
it's 9 o'clock.
Oh, what just popped?
Oh yes.
Oh shit, we missed the number. That's Michigan, right?
Yeah. Look how thin. Well, the dome is pretty thin, so it's going to be a little bit more volatile while the dome is this thin.
Fuck. Be prepared, Dre.
Station of 63.7, 60.4 coming in for Novi. Oh,
That's on me. You got to know the damn schedule.
Just keep it open.
So what does it mean
That's a good question.
when it comes out lower like that?
You can buy that number, correct?
Yeah, you used to be able to buy it so you get it in advance, which means everyone then has it.
Yes.
That was Michigan Sentiment was always one of the lamest numbers ever when I was trading at the firm.
Yep.
Like just
Wasn't that you had to pay Kingsbury or something? Kingsbury rings
Yeah, you get it early.
with that number. They used to get it.
Thank you, Ghost.
Marty used to get that.
There might not be 100 more opportunities today, but there'll be 100 more opportunities next week. So
Yes.
we're still pushing lower here.
Rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions.
There you go.
Now, there are two versions, Andre.
Is that right?
Yes. These 2 weeks apart, preliminary and revised.
Oh, yeah.
So, if positive bullish for the dollar, but it wasn't, so it's lower than expected, should be taken as negative bearish. And that's a
Thank you, Eddie.
You're quite welcome.
Well, you're on fire with this, with the drops this week.
Game.
See, now that scared me.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls. Hey, it's Friday, and if you've been with us here throughout the week, I hope you learned something. And if you did, or if you're just here to end the week on a good note, hit that like button, smash that like button, kick that like, and do not forget to subscribe.
Yeah. Don't forget that like button is lucky.
It is lucky like his charms. Yes.
Lucky like that.
Wow. We're flowing today. Yes, it is lucky.
That could be the next like shape of one of the marshmallows. You know, they get stars and clovers, and they should have a thumbs up.
There you
The
go.
like button.
There you go. John Jones says, Eddie, that old school shredded wheat biscuit was like a Kansas wheat farm giant turd in your
Ew.
bowl.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it either.
speaking of which, I'm looking at Andre's shirt. Did you go to Kansas?
I did go to Kansas. Speaking of Kansas, Rock Chalk
Jayhawks.
Jayhawk.
Oh, Rock Chalk.
There you go.
You know that tune? Who wrote that tune, Rock Chalk?
Some
We
like
used to play
World
that
War
on the
II.
broadcast.
There's some ties back to like World War II with it. It was some chant or something
there
that the
was like
soldiers
a hip,
would.
somebody hip had a good beat to it.
Oh, I have never heard that one.
What exactly is rock chalk?
Hell if I know, John. They just chant it, man. I don't know. It's something about the troops over in Europe during one of the world wars would chant it to pass the time or something like that. I should probably know considering I went there. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
Forget it, Hogue. It's Kansas.
It's Kansas.
Yeah.
This isn't Kansas anymore.
Toto?
Dorothy.
Toto.
Dorothy.
We're not in Kansas
Close
anymore.
back on, Dorothy. Oh, getting heavy again. Oh, it's getting heavy again.
It's getting a little heavy short. Speaking of heavy, it's we're getting up to the 70%. That's kind of when we see a tipping point, an inflection point, when the lean gets a little heavy. So it's something where I'm constantly keeping an eye on. You know, what you do with it is up to you, but something to keep an eye on. See how the market plays out.
There's nothing that guarantees a win or a loss in anything. This is just information.
That's right.
You know, I was gonna save this for the weekly kickoff level, but I don't think it's smart to discount the validity of any particular time frame, chart, indicator, tool, anything like that, because there's nothing that works all the time. There's nothing that never works. It's all in the user. If you put a paintbrush in the hands of an artist, they're going to make something beautiful. It's all up to us to use the information we have to look for, you know, the beautiful opportunities, you know. And when I tell everybody to stay centered, it's you know, as a potter, you know, I used to throw pots on a potter's wheel, right? First thing you have to do is you have to center the clay. If you spin the wheel and the clay is jumping all over the place, you're not going to be able to make anything from it. But once it's centered, you can spin it really fast and it looks like it's not moving.
That's cool.
That's the place you want to be when you're when you're sitting down to trade. You want to be centered. You don't want to be shaking all over the place, because you're not going to make anything beautiful if that happens. You can only make something beautiful if you're centered. Once you're centered, then you can begin to pull the walls and put a floor in and shape the piece. And
Patrick Swayze behind you.
Yes, right, right.
Oh, what a visual!
Right now.
No, you're right though, John. That's exactly what it looks like.
The right tool in the right hand, you can make something beautiful. So there's no, if you're using a 5-minute chart and it works for you, great. You're using a 1-minute chart and it works for you, great. If you're using tick charts, you're using range charts, you're using Heikin-Ashi, you're using profile, you're using whatever your vision tells you that there's an opportunity, then that's what you should use. I would never discount or yell at anybody for using a particular tool, as long as they're using it consistently and getting good information to review at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year. How did I do with this tool? I had this paintbrush in my hand. Did I make a mess or did I make something beautiful?
Right.
Nice.
We're all here to make
John,
it beautiful.
Maybe next week get some of your creations. You still got those?
Like pottery?
Pottery? Yeah.
Yeah, this one here.
Let me see.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I've always wanted to do that.
You made that?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It's made of porcelain with just a clear glaze on it.
What's in there?
There's
it's Elvis.
A calculator.
Ooh, look at that.
Old school.
It's like
some screws.
Easter base. Keys.
There's kind of a cool story about this, but I don't want to bore everybody with it.
Cool.
Or 550 to 200
Making
bucks.
pottery. Oh, look at gold. Gold's getting a little northern. Hey, John, what DC
John, I am definitely a nerd. Definitely a nerd. 100%.
DC wants to know, can we take a look at crude? What are you seeing in crude here?
Wow. Gold almost filled the gap. Crude.
Definitely.
Well, our overnight inventory was certainly very long, and they seem to be continuing to try and push this market higher. I think they're going to have a hard time. We got 1, 2. Will our third point of contact on this trend line be up here? Remember, we're in rollover. Rollover tends to keep the market range bound. Mm-hmm. We've got an inside day so far, inside an inside day. The market is range bound. Focus on those extremes for your opportunities.
That's right.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That was a good long right there. I missed that long, quick one.
Back to the S&Ps.
Back to S&Ps.
I am just pleased that I've been able to stay patient enough to just let this thing flop around for a while.
That's what we're here for. Help you sit on your hands, not to get too jumpy in these markets.
That's what you say. You got to sit on your hands.
What did you say the other day?
Not keep your hands on your butt.
No, that's. I knew what you meant, man.
that was
a good one. But yeah, sit on your hands.
Hey, we got some time for our hot streaks to end the week here.
Okay.
Jack, you got some hot streaks? James?
Serving them up hot and fresh.
There we go.
We got here today.
Yeah, it was Andy Ross. You saw that too.
Oh, look at that. What's up with that?
What are you looking at, eh?
I just froze. That screen froze.
Yeah, it's been a little herky-jerky here too. Okay.
Friday.
Yeah, it is.
We're breaking the internet.
Well,
break it. Oh, here we go. All right. 20 days. 20 days. In the hole. Isn't that how that song goes,
It's
Johnny?
30
2000.
days.
30 days?
30 days, yeah.
30
Is it
days.
Uriah Heep?
Yes.
Yes.
2,694, Eric. That's good job. Look at Daniel Boone here kicking it.
Yeah.
19 days, 2,079 bucks. Thomas
He's
E.
Edison.
Moving up.
10,507. G. Z. 18 days, 7,945, 845.
GZ. That's
Blake B. This is a tight race here. Look at this going on.
GZ. That's a good rap name.
There is
GZ again.
there is a rapper named
China
Jeezy.
rapper.
There is one named that.
Jack,
Yeah.
did we lose anybody off this list?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we lost. Let's pour one out for Wen Kin.
Yep.
19 days.
Oh,
The
okay.
dream. But I also want to show a photo. I was talking yesterday.
That were.
I want to show something from Daniel B. Daniel B.
DB?
is a menace.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a look at this. I mean, he makes $111.48
Oh, yeah, this is the one you were talking about yesterday.
every day.
That is, and P&L low is 55. So what is this?
That's consistency, ladies and gentlemen.
It's literally one trade. Wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
This is wild. Daniel B, if you're out there,
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Let's talk.
That is
talk.
amazing.
Two trades every day. That is, how do you do that?
I honestly want to know. Yeah, people are saying bots. We'll figure it out. We'll get
Maybe.
Daniel B on here to talk about the amazing.
You're incredibly consistent trading.
Right?
Very consistent. Beady.
Got squeezed.
Good job. Umir is asking, where's Massimiliano? What happened?
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Massimiliano.
Oh,
Massimiliano's gone dark.
Right. They're
I think there's
funded.
some performance anxiety of had those. As I said about, I'm just gonna call him Max. Max had 26 days in an express funded account and was positive on all of them. That's that 26-day streak, and we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Beautiful. Well, thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
It's the most consistent trading I've ever seen.
Yes, it's a little bit a suspect. Well, hell, let's talk to him.
Yeah.
Let
What are you doing?
tell us.
Yeah. All right. S&P's a little choppy here, everyone. So if you're
As
looking
expected.
to get in, probably wait, let the market pick a direction here. I know, like John said, we're in the middle of the range. Correct, John? Am I reading that right?
Well, I mean, here's the S&P profile. I mean, we're here. Middle of the range is point of control,
Yeah.
which is a
PLC.
low volume node. Point of control is 2 ticks higher. It's a very small, low volume node there, but it's really just flopping around. I mean, This is what we were looking at. I mean, the market opened between these two levels. At some point today, it's probably going to reach one or both of these high volume nodes, or, kind of high volume areas, or areas of time. It's in repair. So you got to stay patient. Let that first hour work itself out. See if we can figure out which extreme is going to remain.
Yes.
Because 60 to 70% of the time, and I think I'm pretty close on that. Don't sue me if I'm off. But 60 or 70% of the time, one extreme of the initial balance remains one extreme.
Never touched.
Today, both.
Okay.
Yesterday, yes.
That's
Oui.
that's your 70%.
Yes.
80%.
That's a great bid.
Yes.
It's even a better bid.
Yes.
My
How about
favorite.
that?
Oh,
Okay, so that was what? 8 out of 10? 7 out of 10?
that's it. So you
Yeah.
figure out which end it's going to be. You got your day.
Beautiful.
It's like
It's
my
up
dad
to-
used to say, I could double my income if I'd only work 3 days a week.
What were those?
Well, why don't you only work 3 days a week? Because I don't know which are going to be the good days.
Let's say, which are the 3 days?
Which are the good days?
All right, S&P's
If
waffling
you are
around.
wondering, to join if you want that weekly.
And on Fridays, John, we'll see volume will start to diminish as we hit the afternoon, right? So the trade gets even a little bit more wonky.
Yeah, no, but we don't want anybody trading afternoon because you're chasing money. If that's the case,
Not the best sign if you're trading into the close on a Friday. You're either hung on a position or you're just chasing your own tail. Either way, it's not ideal. That's why our shows run a little bit shorter on Fridays. Try to encourage.
If you want,
get out of the market, go enjoy some time off the screen.
Here? Hello.
Yeah, we hear you, Eddie.
Oh, thanks.
He's been
Step all over me. We just put the link in for the weekly kickoff. Some people were asking about it.
Anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Andre, are you not hearing other people?
No, I'm not.
I don't think he is.
I can hear you now, Eddie.
Hello, Andre, you there?
I'm here.
Hello, Ma?
I'm here.
Hello, Ma. It's me, your son. Yes, the link is in there. Daniel just put that in there. Thank you, Danielle. You got to get this weekly kickoff. If you're new here to the chat, sign up for that because you'll get it. Johnny, when do we send it out? Monday? No, Sunday
it
night?
used to be Sunday night. I think it's back to Sunday night. We did it on Monday mornings for a while, but I think it's back to Sunday night.
Okay. All right. So they want some valuable information and some really good stuff. I love seeing that weekly kickoff. It's not just levels. There's a lot of other stuff in there. So thank you, Danielle. Sorry, Andre.
All good, man.
All right.
Just to take a vibe check here. Andre, you can hear everyone now?
I can hear everyone, and hopefully you can hear me.
We can hear you.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
And all right, things are good.
Tommy, can you see me?
Jack called it a vibe check.
It's Friday, man. Got
it. It is
good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Not Dow vibes.
Whoa. You're the anti-Dow, dude. That's so funny.
It's 30 friggin' companies.
You ain't wrong. You're not wrong, man.
Ooh.
Okay.
Jose Alejandro Ortiz is asking Mr. Hogue, you think it's better to be a chart purist reader than Delta reader?
Why not both?
What was the question?
Why not both? Because when you're seeing something technically on the chart, sometimes if there's a delta divergence, that can encourage you or give you yet another nuance that says, this may be a good opportunity. I may be right on this. Mm-hmm. And at the very least, you know, if there's something in the chart that is something you're thinking about doing or a position you're in, recognizing a delta divergence can either keep you from getting in trouble or can keep you in that trade. I've stayed in trades for hours just because the delta kept, getting shorter and shorter and price kept moving higher and higher. It's just a tool that can, give you another box to check to say, do I stay or do I go? And, if you have an opinion of the market's going to be moving lower, but you've got market moving higher on negative delta, you don't want to step in front of that because you're running the risk of getting in front of the longer time frame traders. Come here, Lace. Lacey's here to say hi.
Which way, Lacey?
Come on. Hi, Lace. Here she is.
I think she said hi.
Hi, girl.
I think she said we're going higher.
Hi, girl. She got some teeth.
John, I got another question here for you. J-Van, down by the river. Can you ask Hogue to explain the difference between delta and cumulative delta, or are they the same? Google is a bit iffy on this one. I got to give you credit for checking Google first.
So they're basically the same, but cumulative delta will calculate delta for a long period of time. Let's say you've got 14 trading days on your chart, and it's going to keep a continuous, I guess, sum of delta from the very beginning. What I'm looking at is daytime delta only. So the delta has to zero at 8:30, and then I watch from 8:30 on in the S&Ps or in the NASDAQ, 8 o'clock in crude oil, 7:20 for crude, currencies and treasuries. That's the open. That's where I have to try and base the delta to zero, and then it shows me throughout the day when delta is congruent or divergent direction. Here's kind of an example of it. And we've been looking at this a little bit here. This is the Trade-Of-8 platform. And so you can anchor each trading session to zero at the beginning. So you can see right now, this is not presenting as correct. So I'm going to F-bomb it. If you hit F5, you can reboot the platform without having to reload. So this is not presenting as correct here for some reason. It didn't zero. Well, I guess it did zero at 8 o'clock, but it's showing way too deep of delta. So while there's nothing finite in futures trading, there's nothing finite in any trading platforms either. So I'm seeing delta at negative 1,000. This is showing negative 3,400. Sometimes this happens. But do we have a divergence? Well, I mean, we're really range bound here. If we don't break and we see delta continuing to increase in negativity, then we may be looking at a longer time frame presence here that's just scooping up whatever the short time frame market order hitting traders will hit them on. And then if they still have business to do and they can't get any more bought here, they'll move those bids up. There's some good examples of it here. Here was one of the days last week where we left the opening range at the low of the day. Right. Well, price kept moving higher and higher while delta kept moving lower and lower. By the end of the day, delta was down around, I can tell you exactly what it was on that day. That was November 3rd. So by the end of the day, the delta was negative 27,000. There it is, right there. There's where it closed, down 27,000. So what this tells us is the more aggressive traders were shorter time frame market order sellers. Mm-hmm. They were using market orders to hit bids. It would make sense. If that's the case, the more aggressive traders are hitting the bids, price should go lower.
Right.
But they didn't. Price went higher. So that's when you end up getting the short time frame traders too short. They I think there were some levels where you could see. And here's the volume. Here's the profile from that day. So the market opens. Buyers are present here. Delta starts lower, and as price continues to move higher, delta continues to decrease in value or get deeper into negative numbers. And you can watch the volume. The buyers put their bids here, scooped up whatever they could scoop up. Mm-hmm. The short time frame traders got out of those shorts, brought price higher. The longer time frame trader had to bring their bids up to here, where they scooped up whatever they could scoop up, and then the short time frame traders ended up pushing price even higher, where the longer time frame traders had to push their bids up to continue to try and accumulate whatever they were trying to accumulate or liquidate whatever they were trying to liquidate. Point being is they got the short time frame traders short all day long, and they ran it up. Boy. Then they probably finished at some point during the day. But we have negative 27,000 in delta on a day that left the opening range at the low of the day. It's moving the opposite of the more aggressive traders. That's it. So the next day, inside day, negative delta, but value doesn't move. Value doesn't move. Next day, we start to see the shorts getting squeezed. Shorts get squeezed yesterday, negative delta all day, which had me kind of worried about looking for shorts up at the highs here because we had negative delta, but the price wasn't moving. It wasn't until afternoon with the bond auction and Chairman Powell, when things changed and the market really dove in. That's such a pretty deep negative delta here, wouldn't you say? Negative 52,000, but it ended up being congruent with direction.
So they got paid if they got out.
They got paid.
Yep.
But
I do remember we were talking about yesterday that be patient in the morning because the action was going to come in the afternoon, and sure enough, the action came in the afternoon. Right?
Now, yesterday's low, very close to the low from the third here, which was the day we were just looking at. So, if buyers were coming in here, which, the opening range, the low of the day, this is a trend day to the upside, there were certainly buyers here. How about this one? Yeah, buyers here too. So at some point, when price gets down to these levels, the longer time frame will protect those levels. And the market moved right down to that low, leaving the gap, not taking out the gap, but leaving the gap. And then basically we're repairing today. I don't think, every time I say something like this, the market likes to make a liar out of me, but I don't think we're looking at any big opportunities today.
I tend to believe that you are correct. It's kind of petering out right now. We're barely an hour into the trading day, and we're already going sideways.
Which, by the way, Hogue, we're at almost. You said you wouldn't trade for the first hour. We got 3 minutes.
Yes,
first hour here.
Yep,
that's discipline and good TV, Jack.
I know, just the best. I love the days where no one takes trades. Riveting. And also, Eddie. How you doing over there, internet wise? Can we hear you?
I'm check.
Sound good.
Right.
Hello.
So we just extended the initial. We just extended the initial balance to the downside here in the S&P.
Saw that.
Hey,
but John, we're still in the initial balance. So we're looking for the market to really come down here and test this high volume node down here.
What's the price, John?
43, 63.50. You could just look at settlement. That would be close enough.
There you go. Okay.
Eddie?
43.
Yes. Vladimir had a question. 50. How can he learn to read the tape? Now, he's a scalper, and he's struggling a little bit with that. And I'll tell you, if you're a scalper and you don't have the dome,
sure.
I would suggest you get it. But where's a good place somebody could learn how to read the tape?
Lacey's going batshit here. Hang
on. Where you read the tape? Well, go to a sim account and just watch time and sales, if that's what they're asking.
Well, there's reading the tape. There's reading the dome. There's reading price action. There's a million ways to skin a cat. The question is, do you want to use a tool or do you want to just stare at a dome and work on your intuition? And even if you're using a tool, you're going to have to develop some intuition in and around it. So the only time I'm really trying to read tape or read the dome is when there's a breakout type of situation, whether it's an initial balance breakout, whether it's a range extension breakout. I want to see, I look at the dome and I say, well, does it look like there's a lot of eyeballs on it? Are the bids and offers being placed and canceled very quickly? Is price jumping around?
Yep.
Or if we extend the range and the dome dies, it seems like nobody cares. That's likely going to be a failed auction to the upside. And there's no way that anybody, I don't think, can teach you the intuition that you need to recognize that. And even if you get really good at it, you're going to be wrong sometimes. So if you're really interested in, looking at order flow, some of the tools, Bookmap is a good tool to look at order flow.
Deanna just chimed in there saying Bookmap.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Deanna. Yeah. The Bookmap is going to show you where the big bids and the big offers are. And you'll learn to recognize when it's really just algos ping-ponging price back and forth. You don't want to fight those.
Stay out of that.
There's also Jigsaw. They have Vista, which is similar to Bookmap. I mean, there's all different kinds of tools. Yeah. You can watch time and sales. You can filter time and sales for bigger orders. There's a whole lot of data out there for you. It's a matter of choosing your weapon and then becoming a master with it.
I put on the bottom there that reading order flow is kind of like jazz. There are tools. So the best traders that I've ever seen from when I was working with them, it's hard to replicate what they were doing because it's sort of like jazz or a poker bluff. There's strategies probably on how to bluff, but ultimately some people just have that gear that they can see it, right? That they know how to bluff. It's very hard to become an expert tape reader.
It takes a lot of time.
Thanks, Jack. Congratulations, Freddie A, passing the trading combine. Good job.
Congrats, Freddie.
Good job.
You know, there was some other traders that did pass the trading combine. I'm sorry that I missed you. If you did, let us know. If you passed it today, let us know. We'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
Always love hearing that, man. This entire company is all about trader success, man. We just love when traders are doing well. It makes us all happy. So congratulations.
Yes.
Makes it all worth it.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, we get a lot of comments too. I think I posted one in our Slack. Somebody had passed the combine. I should take a look. Somebody passed the combine. Help from his friends here at TopstepTV.
Oh, yeah?
Not to say necessarily that's going to happen all the time, but very happy that somebody can say that. Hey, guys, you know, here, let me see here. Let me pull this up here. It was Sniper Trader.
Okay.
Just passed my 150K combine. Thanks to you guys at Topstep. I'm learning a lot. More discipline, more consistency. Build a cushion first. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. I'm listening. Well, that's very good, Sniper Trader.
Excellent.
Absolutely. I posted that in our company Slack channel so everybody can see it.
That's what it's about. That's what it's all about.
Yes, we do that. We do that. I mean, I think it just goes to show you how much we're happy to see listeners and viewers and the traders coming to Topstep TV or just coming to Topstep, using the program, growing, seeing success, learning. I mean, that's what it's all about here. You know, hey, our coaches are free. Topstep TV is free. We want to teach you. We want to make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay.
Well put, Eddie. Well put.
Ooh. Well put. Well put. Thank you, Johnny. Let's see here.
Well, while Hogue is taking a break here, we can do a little news roundup.
Some more news. Our second news pack of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
The news, if you can call it that, is coming in hot and heavy.
Yeah!
So if we can look here,
it's
I do like this commentary here that some poor Bank of America ECM analyst having to read the hard copy pre-Civil War equity issuances with a magnifying glass. But just as a reminder to everybody, stocks go up in the long term.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it is always funny because this goes back to 1824 or something like that. But probably none of those companies are still around.
I was going to say, who was it?
I mean, that's why the indices are always king for the long term, right? Is that there's constant, we don't know what the biggest companies are going to be in 10 years.
No, they don't. Well, with the weighted ones, they're always reshuffling too. So they like we've been talking lately.
And
look at that chart.
Yeah, speaking of things that haven't happened in a long time, the Bears won last night.
Yeah, yes, they did. Barely, barely.
Still
no pun intended.
But we did help Carolina go further in their quest to give us the number 1 pick next year. So
Yes,
That's what it's all about.
it was like a catch-22, Jack. You know, it's like, come on, guys, you can't lose. But see, the thing is, if we would have lost, our position would have moved up in the draft.
if we had tied, it would have been a disaster.
It would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been. That's unbelievable. I'm surprised they didn't. That was a tough watch yesterday for sure.
See, I was watching the Hawks, man.
Yeah,
I was watching Bedard. 4 points. Yeah. No, they beat they beat the Bay, which is a good team, 5-3. So, I mean, I was back and forth, to be honest with you. We do that here in Chicago. We go back and forth.
Yeah.
Elma D passes 50K combine.
Very nice.
Let's see here. Who else? I don't want to miss anybody. I hate when I do that. Tommy FX. 2 combines done for the day, done today, for the week. Goodbyes, guys. Matt had a bad day yesterday because Tradeovate stopped working.
Boy.
Remember to call support. Get a hold of support.
Yep.
It's the best thing you can do. We have no access to anything like that. So if you've got a technical or something's wrong, I don't want to say you're wasting your time posting it here, but you got to get it to support.
Yeah, we can't do much from here.
No, we're not on that pay scale.
No, it's above us.
We get peanuts and potatoes for doing this. So what are you having for dinner tonight, Andre? Peanuts or potatoes?
I haven't thought. Yeah.
Yeah, we get paid in likes.
Likes, yes, likes. We get a peanut for every 10 likes, but then we got to split it amongst us.
Yeah. 3 ways.
Newspaper soup tonight, guys.
I have to go to my wife and say, "Babe, we got 1,200 likes today."
Yeah. How's that putting food on the table?
We're gonna eat good.
Well, tilt is very heavy short right now, 80%.
80%, really?
80% short on the S&Ps right now. I'm looking to take a long. I might just do it.
John Castleton passing the 100K combine.
All right, let's do it.
Way to go, John. Way to go, JC.
Hey, guys, I'm long 2 from 70 even. Long 2 from 70 even.
Oh, he's on the board.
I'm back.
Which market do you
Tramp.
S&P, sorry.
All right.
Quick hitters. We'll see. Let me get in and out. But yeah, basically fading the 80% short. A little pullback. Boom, out. Okay. In and out. Up 350.
All right. JM says trade. That's a good trade. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Trying to switch it up.
That was quick.
I'm trying to do something different. Lately.
How many contracts you trading at a time?
That was 2, but I'm in and out. Sorry, guys, for production not being able to get it up there fast enough. But I'm up 350. Yeah, like I said, I've got to switch this up. I've been trading like bad lately, so I've got to get shorter time frames, pullbacks, playing the extremes, like John likes to say. That was a good long. I should have stayed in it longer, but it's okay. I'm trying to rebuild the confidence.
When you're having a bad time, when you're hitting walls, when you're hitting speed bumps and so forth, you take those small profits, because the thing is, what you're doing is you're losing confidence. All right. I don't want to pull the trigger. I don't know. Should I do it? Should I not?
All right.
As you profits, you're building confidence. You're patting yourself on the ass. Hey, if it's a $50 winner or a $500 winner, it's still a winner. And that's the mindset's got to be that way.
You absolutely, just being able to see some winners and bank some profits, it does a lot for your trading account. And on top of that, also for your mindset, like, hey, I can still carve this market up if I need to. A couple bad days isn't indicative of your entire trading career. So, but sometimes it gets in your head. Not gonna lie.
Right. Definitely.
This is the roller coaster we signed up for.
I like roller coasters.
It's fun though, man. I'm not gonna lie. Trading's the shit. It's the best in the world.
It'll treat you like nothing else treats you.
Anywhere in the world, it's the best.
Yes. All right. We've got yesterday's bet. right now. Let's find out who really kicked some ass yesterday.
Okay.
Kicking butt, taking names.
Wow. Asan.
Damn. Now this is, folks, this is just in a one day. Asan, 18,000.
I mean, you gotta
Michael
trade
T, 17,900. Esmir, 10. Is that a 9 or an 8? I can't see. Sebastian. I tell you, I know Sebastian. I think Sebastian and I think we did coaching together.
Nice.
9,897 and Zv. Is that Zv?
That's a cool name.
It's like a sound effect. $8,026.
Way to put up numbers. Yesterday's
Nice
trade was
going,
not
guys.
the easiest. Yeah. Way to put up some numbers.
That's a beautiful. All right. Sort of waiting for Johnny Hogues. Johnny Hogues.
In 4 minutes, we have a special guest joining us.
Yes, we do. A very special. Well, actually, he's a very special guest, and you might know him from our dude with the crude.
He is he actually became a neighbor of mine. He moved back to Chicago. He's back.
He's back.
Yes,
he's back. Mad Max, and we got Johnny here. Johnny, are you with us here? There he is.
I'm back.
Hogue, what up?
Ta-da! Wait, you gotta go to ta-da. Hogue is back, ladies and gentlemen. And what did you bring us, John?
A new car.
Nice. All right. We've got a. It's almost 9:45. We going early, Jack?
I mean, Dan's in the waiting room, so we could take a few seconds here for a quick coffee break and bring him in.
Let's do that. We'll be right back. We don't want that Marine waiting in our waiting room too long. We'll be right back. Stick around. Got something cool coming up. And we've got our good friend Dan Hodgman with us here, our Marine. Dan, how are you? And it's been a long time since we've had you on here.
I miss you too, Eddie. It's been a little bit since I've been on. Had a lot change. My background a little bit different here. I've moved back in Chicago. My voice is officially gone. A lot is happening, but it is Marine Corps birthday, which is kind of why I'm here. I'm excited about that. And then we got a shout out to all our veterans for Veterans Day tomorrow.
Yes. And veterans throughout this beautiful planet. Give them props. Give them props because they're sacrificing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Always thank the veterans. Always thank everybody active or retired for the sacrifices they take to ensure that we still have the freedoms that we have here in the U.S.
Yeah.
God bless you all. God bless you, Dan. Happy Marine birthday. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you. So one time a year I wear Marine Corps clothing. It's like one of the 2 shirts that I own that say Marines.
Dan, is it true? Once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine, right?
Absolutely.
You're never not a Marine.
About sacrifice, Hogue. This morning I sacrificed like an hour of sleep due to a text chain going on for birthday celebration today. So I had a bunch of buddies texting me this morning at about 4:30 in the morning. Birthday messages, and I had to mute my phone so I could get some sleep again.
Wow. That's a tough life.
I know,
do you keep in touch with some of your brothers? You got a tight group of brothers that you were with in the Marines. You get together once in a while, and
yeah, we do an annual trip somewhere to visit one of us.
Do like a quilting bee while you guys are there.
Yeah, exactly. A couple months ago, we all went down to Alabama. Next, in the spring, we all go out to New York. My buddy's got a place in upstate New York, so we're going to go out there in the spring. So we're pretty consistent on an annual basis. And then actually, I'm pretty excited. One of my good friends that I served with, Evan, he just got a job coaching professional baseball in Germany. So I may be loading up and heading out to Germany to visit him next year. Yeah.
Sweet.
Sehr good.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, so I'm pretty close with a lot of the guys I serve with.
Yeah. Nice. So, Dan, you got anything for us on the history of the Marines? I know it was 248. 248?
248 today. So 10 November 1775, my Marine Corps came alive in a little tavern called Tun Tavern, Philadelphia.
Losers.
So they say the biggest party on earth happens on November 10th, where the Marines like to celebrate our birthday. For us, I would say, I'm not going to compare us to other branches, but I think we celebrate our birthday a little bit more intensely than any other branch. So we have big birthday celebration every year. It's where we get dressed up in our dress blues, which is our top uniform with our medals hanging off of it and whole nine. So there's that. And I always like to say the Marine Corps is older than the United States. So
by 1 year.
By 1 year.
Yeah.
And so tonight I will be on a Zoom call with about 15 guys from around the country. We'll be drinking bourbon and having ourselves a grand old time.
And
then tomorrow,
well deserved.
Tomorrow we'll share the day with everyone, but today is the Marines Day.
Well, you got I'm sure a very tight and solid bunch of friends. You guys go through a lot in the Marine Corps from basic training. I mean, it's probably the toughest basic training that there is in the armed forces, isn't it?
That's why we don't call it basic training. We call it boot camp.
Boot camp.
Boot camp, baby. Yeah, boot camp.
I think the other branches I think they all have different terms. I think one of them is, I think Army might be basic training. Don't quote me. I could be very wrong on that. But yeah, we call it boot camp. 13 weeks of, 13 weeks of hell, I'll be honest with you.
They strip you down and build you up, don't they?
It was a rough time. But it's all worth it in the end. I still have, at the end of it, you get your first Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. So this thing goes everywhere with me. This was given to me on the parade deck at Camp Pendleton. at the end of the Crucible, which is like the final culmination of Marine Corps boot camp. And once you
That's
complete
the one in
that,
San Diego, right?
yes, that's correct. So once you complete that, you get your first ever EGA, and you get called a Marine for the first time. So that's at the end of week 12, give or take. So I still got mine, which is kind of cool.
Dan, what did they call you before they called you a Marine?
A recruit
A recruit.
or a
Yes.
POS.
Yes.
Yes. Hey,
There
we
are a lot of names
we
for
got
us,
some.
but the technical term
Danny,
is recruit.
Recruit. Got it.
Danny, we got a couple photos of you here.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
Can we post those up there? And then I got a question for you too. Get those. There's
There you go.
Danny. Now
That
was
is actually me.
good looking Marine there. That is before you graduate, correct? Correct. That picture was taken.
Eddie, we're going back a long time. I don't remember. I think this one was post.
Yeah.
I know you do
'Cause
one
I know
when
when-
you're in boot camp, but I did a couple more throughout my time. So I think this
I
one's
know-
a little bit older. I could be wrong.
My son, when he took his picture, you don't really get into the uniform. It's sort of like a Velcro front, right?
Velcro on the back for some
On
of
the
them.
back.
And then some of them, like some of my, I do have a couple of these. Like I said, I don't know if this was the boot camp one. The boot camp one, it's like a crop top, and you just put your arms in and they
For the
Velcro on the
picture.
back.
I think that's brilliant, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. As everyone can see, I did move. And in moving, I found some of my old uniforms. And I tried on my dress blue jacket. It still fits
Did you?
me
Nice.
10 years later. This was one a little bit more into the Marine Corps, but I was still kind of a young corporal at the time. And that was what we call a mess night. So the Marine Corps mess night is a big dinner with people of your fellow ranking. So for me, it would be corporals and sergeants at the time. And it is one of the most enjoyable, most memorable moments of my life. So anyone that has served, that's done a mess night, you guys know what I'm talking about. That was quite the evening.
That's cool, man.
So, and yes,
With
they
your
still
buddies,
fit.
too.
They still fit. Tried them on the other day. Had to suck it in a little bit, but I got them to fit.
You've been eating that low sodium seasoning, right?
Exactly, Jack. I got that Danos.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same. I can't even get in my suits like pre-COVID.
Eating that shit on a shingle.
Dan, what rank did you achieve while you were in the Marine Corps?
Sergeant E5. So I made it up to
Sergeant.
E5. Yep.
Nice.
Served a little over 4 years.
So, where would you go from sergeant? Lieutenant?
No. That's officer, and that's the officer route. I was enlisted side. So you've got E1 through E9, private, first class, lance corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant, gunnery sergeant, first sergeant, master sergeant, and then master guns and sergeant major. That's the enlisted side. So you will always stay on that side unless you do a move over where you can go into chief warrant officer, which is CWO up to CWO5. And then you can be what's called a Mustang, which is an enlisted that goes to the officer side, or you can just come in as an officer.
Who is what was Arlie Emery? He was gunny, right?
Yeah, he's gunny. Actually, I think he got like gunny post. I think he was, someone out there might be smarter than me on this one, but I think he was a staff sergeant while I was in. And then he got like a, post promotion up to gunny.
Gunny. I used to love that show that he had. It was like one of the first reality shows on TV with Arlie Emery. You might remember him in Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Yes.
He was the drill sergeant.
Drill instructor.
You from Texas, boy?
Yes. If anyone really wants to know like what boot camp is somewhat like that's probably one of the closest examples to to how it really was. I'll tell you though, like it sounds tough and it sounds, it is miserable. It does suck every moment of every day. But it is also like one of the, if you're willing to just do what you're told, it's great because you know what to put in what pocket at any given time. You do not have to make a personal decision other than I need to go to the bathroom. And likelihood, they're going to tell you when it's time to go to the bathroom. Like it's, there's very minimal thinking and probably some of the best, most consistent sleep you'll ever get in your life. Because they have to let you sleep at night.
Well, I mean, just getting through that is a major accomplishment, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Did you go overseas at all, Danny?
Yeah.
That's cool. I know that my son went to Australia to help them. They were teaching them some equipment and some training and so forth, and he was over in Australia for a while.
Yeah, we do a lot of trainings around the country, around the globe, and Marines are a little different. They're everyone's got a different job within the branches of the military, right? Like, and I'm not going to speak for any other branches, but I'll speak for the Marines. We are known as air, land, and sea. We work with the Navy. We do have ground troops, we have sea troops, and we have I won't say the term Air Force, but we do have an air wing as well. So we do a lot within the Marine Corps, which is pretty cool. And but no one is better than the other. I mean, unless I'm sitting down chatting with a guy, my best friend is in the Army. I always remind him that, we josh back and forth a little bit.
I'm sure.
A question for you, Dan. What was your MOS, which is your military occupational specialty?
I did a few different things, but the first one that I went in for was electronic weapons tech on fighter jets.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I worked on a bunch of them, and
Cool. It's cool.
Anybody ever give you a ride?
Say that again, Eddie?
Any of those pilots say, Danny, get in, we're going for a ride?
No, not so much on the fighter jets. I did a lot of work with. I did ride the V-22 Ospreys quite a bit, hanging out the back, shooting machine guns and whatnot.
Nice.
That was kind of fun.
Army. I want to
So I
play
did
Army.
a bunch of that. Yeah, it was a good time. It feels like a lifetime ago. I've been out for 8.5, almost 9 years, give or take. So it's fun every, once a year to kind of look back and reminisce.
It's one thing too. I know when my son went in, he had some minor problems, I tell you, but when he got out, he was a new person. Everything was cut and dry, and he's got a great job now, and he's got a fiance, and so I mean, they say that when you go in and when you come out, you'll be a different person for the better. I firmly believe that, but gosh, for those that did sacrifice, that's a different story. But thank God that you weren't in any battles, Danny, because I love you, man.
Thanks, Eddie. Yeah. I'm a fortunate one. I think about those others that sacrificed some or all, and very grateful for them. And we'll continue to always remember them, and
Yes.
we'll celebrate the commitment to service here this weekend, and I think that's really important, and proud to be a part of that group of people.
Cool. Hey, Jack, we got some more photos that we can share here, and we'll get these through, and we'll get back to business. Now, who's this handsome devil?
That is my dad when he was probably 18, 19.
Wow.
Joined the Navy. He joined in 1944, so he was never deployed by the time he was ready to go anywhere. The war ended, but he's a handsome devil, wasn't he?
Yeah, look at that curly hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get to have a lot of hair.
Yeah, he did. I did too when I was younger, but yeah, that goes away.
Oh, that's
How
a
was
good one,
that?
Eddie.
That goes away. That's graduation. In San Diego. That was, I tell you, I've never had more goosebumps and tears seeing these kids graduating. I mean, like you said, Danny, 12 weeks of very, 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 very hard work.
Absolutely.
And that was the commander. We had lunch with him. I'm like, you want to go to lunch? He's like, yeah, just throwing it out there. And we grabbed some lunch. I forget his name. No, I apologize for that. But that was a commander of Pendleton.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is, check this out. This is cool. This is James, our good old James. James, who is this? Oh, okay. He can't hear you.
Nice.
This is James, James' mom, Deborah Harden, from the Air Force. Now she's up there. She's with the crossed hands, right? Crossed arms. All right. Yeah, she's a badass one over there. So,
Cool.
yes. Try me. All right. The next one is, this is Aisha's. Aisha, remember she was with Mick doing shoulder tap. Aisha Johnson's partner, Dylan, from the Air Force. And salute this gentleman. He was in Operation Iraqi Freedom. So well done there, sir. Who else we got? This is an older picture. Aisha's late grandfather. Wow.
That's a great picture. I like that.
David.
Cover.
Yes. Yeah. David Johnson. World War II, and he was on the USS Franklin.
That's a great picture.
That is a great picture.
All right, Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, Devil Dog. Ann O'Donnell's brother from the Marines. I don't think we've got a name, but that's our good old Ann O'Donnell's brother. I'm looking good. Here's her dad from the Air Force. Ann O'Donnell's dad from the Air Force. Very good looking guy. Nice smile on his face there. And we've got picture. Here is Ann O'Donnell's grandfather in the Air Force. Well, she had everybody, armed forces, right?
She's got all the answers so far.
Yeah. And the next one is Luis, Trader Support. Our very own Luis, one of his trips overseas. I'm going to say, I don't know which one he is. Oh,
he's in center.
I don't know. Center?
In the middle.
Pictured in the middle.
Center.
That's right. Pictured in the middle. Look at that. There you go. Thanks, Luis. And Eleanor Roosevelt.
Here's for you.
I do love this quote.
Go ahead, Danny. Read it.
Go ahead, me to read it? The Marines I've seen around the world have the cleanest bodies, filthiest minds, highest morale, and lowest morals of any group of animals I've ever seen. Thank God for the United States Marines.
Thank you, Eleanor Roosevelt. Those boys are dirty little bastards.
I mean, it's a good one.
It's a good one. I think that's a great one. I've never seen that before. Never.
Oh, we bring that one up quite a bit.
That's pretty cool, man. She was a really badass lady too, man. She didn't take nothing.
Right?
Yeah. So
yeah, there's some good quotes about Marines out there. How we got our nickname, Devil Dog. That's a great one. During World War I, the Germans came back and said it's like fighting a bunch of dogs possessed by the devils when they were fighting the Marines. And so it became Teufelhunden. Teufelhunden is German for devil dog. Huh. And so that's kind of stuck with us to this day.
Now, Danny, we got a question here if you can, and then we're going to let you go. I know that you're busy. Semper Fi. What's Semper Fi mean? If not, I can help you out here too.
I know it pretty well. It's Semper Fidelis.
Right.
It's always faithful. So no matter what the situation, always faithful. And then we joke. We call ourselves Semper Gumby, always flexible.
There you go. All right. Every Marine.
Go
ahead, Johnny.
No, go ahead.
An internal collective of our battles, the progress of our nation, and the steadfast loyalty to the fellow Marines we fight alongside. And it's just like our traders here. Traders trading alongside each other, brothers and sisters. And look at that NASDAQ. NASDAQ making some new highs there.
Yeah.
Screaming to the top side. But Danny, God bless. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for coming out here today. We're going to have you back here next year again, same day.
I'll be here.
Tell your brothers in arms that we're very proud of them and everybody here.
Oh, I think I lost Eddie's.
Yeah, we lost Eddie for a second there. Can't hear him.
I guess what he would maybe saying is that, there's no good transition back to the NASDAQ here, Dan. But
Right.
thanks a bunch, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Hey,
guys.
Dan.
Have a great day.
Dan,
Yeah, man.
God bless you. God bless you, man. God bless the Marines. God bless the Armed Forces, past, present, and future. God bless the Armed Forces. And happy Veterans Day tomorrow. Happy birthday today.
And pray for peace.
To everybody out there. Thank you.
Pray for
Take care,
peace
Danny.
for sure. Hey, there's Andre.
Hey,
What's going on, brother?
Good job, guys.
change.
That was cool.
All right.
We are ripping higher, by the way.
Yep.
Screaming Eagles.
Those shorts
Still
got
in repair.
those shorts got squeezed hardcore around the 70s in the SPOO S&Ps.
Yeah, it was a failed downside auction
It sure
below the
was.
initial balance.
It sure was. Tilt was heavy short. I would love to know what Delta was down there. But yeah, they just got squeezed hard, and we're just ripping higher. That was a good trade setup too.
I can tell you, Delta was.
Can you go back it? Can you backtrack it?
Well, on this platform, on T4, I can go and I can look at Delta per price,
Okay.
or per time bracket, or
All right.
per TTO. So A, positive 1,000, B,
Oh.
negative 4,300, so negative 3,300. At the end of C period, which is when we extended the range downside, it was positive 3,900. So by the end of C period, we were basically even. Right now, we're up 5,600. So
Yep.
we've got some aggressive buying coming in.
The longs are coming in.
But I mean, basically, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for a little bit more of a move to the downside towards the high volume node. On the low, consolidation yesterday, and now we're headed towards the point of control in the upper distribution.
Okay, so we broke out of the opening range, right? And what was that price to upside target that we were kind of looking at? 94s, was it?
94 is weekly kickoff high,
Weekly kickoff high. Okay.
but I'm looking for the market to go more towards the point of control, the volume point of control
Right.
from yesterday. Which actually it's the TPO point of control is all the way up at 43.98.
98. Okay, I got 94. It's 98. Okay. But we've been seeing the 4,400 price, big fat round number come into play a lot.
Yeah.
Last
But
couple-
as our friend Deanna points out, as I point out, we've looked below the initial balance.
Yes.
We're looking above the initial balance. When that happens, the probability is for a range bound day.
Because both of it. Okay. And there's your upper bound and lower bound, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So, I think there's still more room to the upside, but eventually I think this auction is going to just kind of return and rotate back.
That was the setup.
rotational.
That's the
Yep.
patience we were talking about. It didn't.
Yep.
John said he wasn't going to make a trade for the first hour, which he didn't, and
Right.
and the money, and another 15 minutes of patience would have had that set up. So an hour 15 to find pretty much. Mick talks about those 100% trades.
Yep.
This is as close to 100% trade as you could get.
Yeah. I was looking for a little bit more of a downside move,
know.
but it just didn't happen. And now look, now
We were looking for
putting some eyes.
65s, I think. Yeah, and we couldn't. It kept peaking down there.
Yep. 65. That's about right. About 64, 65 was the level I was kind of looking for.
Yep.
Didn't quite get there. So
It's okay though. That's
And I'm-
discipline and patience.
and I am not feeling FOMO about not being in this right now. I'm
Good.
feeling all right about it. So it's
Pure
Friday.
manipulation. What was pure manipulation? E.g. that trade? That was a textbook old school setup right there.
I miss all the good trades.
There's more to kind now. That was a good one.
So we're building a little bit of volume up here.
Okay.
A little bit of a hook on the volume profile. I'll show you here. So we get a little bit of a low volume node to high volume node here. Mm-hmm. This volume that's accumulating up here is, potentially indicating acceptance of higher pricing on higher volume.
Okay. Deanna in here, market stalkers in the chat saying there's a supply around 43.94 half in the S&Ps. Thanks for that, Deanna. Even when she's not on, she's still helping us.
Yeah, thank you, D.
Our all-star of the week, last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Manipulate D's nuts. Good joke.
Yeah, so now I just sit and wait and see what it looks like on the top. I mean, Deanna's got her supply zone up there just above weekly kickoff high. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we get an opportunity up there.
Probably we're looking at a short, correct? A possible short? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's
light and tight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we'd be thinking. It's her. She's looking at supply zone up above here. Mm-hmm. So that supply would bring in sellers and move price back lower. So we'll see.
All right, so keep an eye on the levels if it comes into play. 94 half. You got it right there on the chart. Yep.
94 even weekly kickoff high. Man, that has been just a bane of our existence this week.
Boy, I know that. You're telling me.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, price just really located, centered around that until finally we got that bond auction and Powell talking yesterday that knocked us for this loop. But
man, I guess
look how quickly traders forget.
Yes, and the theme of the last couple of weeks is just buy any dip. Just buy any dip, pretty much. I don't know how much lower we can go. I think we saw, remember that V-shaped bottom that we put in last week
on the daily, right?
Yeah, that might have been it. That might have been it.
Boom.
Yeah, what was that for? 41.40. My goodness, what are good prices?
That was last week's low.
Come
41, 43.50.
Then FOMC came out, I think, and that's when we bottomed.
And there was, this was a Monday. This was a Friday, so we bottomed on a Friday.
Oh, really?
This was FOMC.
Okay, yep. I love doing these recaps.
Access there, and boom.
Yeah, these recaps are a good way to figure out where we've been and where we're going.
You want to learn something, you always got to look left, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Look left on your charts.
So what are we seeing here? Yeah, I guess we're seeing the range.
We're seeing the repair that we were expecting.
Yeah.
We didn't quite get to the high volume node on this lower distribution. Mm-hmm. That was really my kind of target area to look for the opportunity. We saw buyers there in the overnight. That's where the market started to push higher in the overnight. We pulled back. Now we're checking up to the other side, to the upside. I mean, 43.94 demand, weekly kickoff, the point of control, the high volume node is probably up closer to 4,400. But we'll see what happens. And, I said I was going to be patient. I've been patient. I didn't quite get to the level on the downside that I was looking for along. We'll see if it gets to the level on the upside where I'd look for a short.
Yeah, and as time keeps ticking on this Friday, your patience has to get, greater and greater. That's, like we said, trading on a Friday afternoon is a very lonely place.
Yeah, it can be, right? I saw somebody in the comments asking, does Friday have a tendency to become directional? And there's kind of a cliche, a trading cliche is never fight the late Friday rally. Never fight a late Friday rally.
I would agree. Yeah, maybe that's what we're going to see. But why is that though? There's just nothing to come in and counter the move. Yeah,
I mean, you've got to figure. I mean, most of the bigger traders are on their way up to the Hamptons or Lake Geneva.
Yep.
By noon on a Friday. So, if they're leaving with a position and putting a wishing order in and getting it filled at the end of the day. Who knows? My dad used to call those wishing orders.
I know what a wishing order is. Yes. Hey, I didn't know your dad was a soldier.
Yeah, he was in the Navy. Joined when he was 18 in 1944.
Isn't that crazy?
And it was never deployed overseas by the time that they were ready to deploy them. Thank God the war ended.
Yeah, that was probably the best, John. I mean, my stepdad was Iwo Jima, Okinawa. I didn't have a picture of him, but I would have put him up there. But my dad was my real dad was in Korea. But the stories he told, that's tough stuff. So thank God my dad was where he was. Didn't have to see that.
And they, we really kind of joined to benefit from the schooling that they were providing, the GI Bill.
There you go.
So that got him through college, and then the rest is history.
I guess, yeah. That's impressive. It's a hell of a story.
Speaking of history or futures history, Dale Overson. I caught a breakout long on the NASDAQ for 21.55. Nice net. Passed the 100K combine. And he says, this is many times passing the combine, but I have not had too many payouts. So Dale is going to, I will be much more disciplined with this one. So Dale, do the best you can. Remember, folks, when you get to the funded level, take whatever the market's giving you, okay? Take it slow. You've reached where you want to be. Take it slow. It's best.
The last thing you want to do is change everything.
We tend to see that a little bit, don't we?
Trying to get that swing for the home run. That's not what you want to do.
No.
But gosh, this NASDAQ is just...
It's ripping. While you guys were doing the segment with Danny, it definitely reversed out of it. We broke out.
Crude's pretty calm. Crude's pretty predictable here right now, unless something happens.
Okay.
Gold?
Gold, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that NASDAQ is the leader.
I think you're right, based on just looking at charts, yes.
I mean, this is the level that we're hoping that the S&Ps get to for a potential short is the point of control up here.
Okay.
We're already way above that in the NASDAQ.
There you go.
I mean, the initial balance was basically that point of control.
Okay.
And once it took out, we never did look below the opening range or below the initial balance in the NASDAQ. So this is a pretty successful upside auction here so far in the NASDAQ.
Okay. And Jack, if you're there, what's the Dow doing?
The Dow.
I'm the wrong guy to ask about the Dow.
Okay, just checking in.
There's not
Dow.
liquidity in other products. Like, check out bonds or something, man.
Here's the Dow. The opening range still the high of the day. We look lower, extended below. This is more repair. Tried to get to this point of control down here, failed, turned around. Next stop would be this point of control up here.
Just chugging along.
But we got to take out the high of the opening range first.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Quinn. Quinn finally passing the combine. And Quinn also says going to take it slow this time and not blow up. You'll learn. You'll figure it out.
Almost hit those. All right. Tick away from that 94.5, Deanna, if you're watching. See how it plays out. The liquidity definitely, like a magnet, sought out liquidity.
Jim Carlton, what's my outlook for next week look like? Well,
Question.
I
I haven't looked at the calendar. Have you yet?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
Can take a look. Alrighty, next week. So Monday. It looks like they're going to release the EIA crude oil inventories on Monday.
Well, good
At
catch.
least on this calendar.
Really?
Yeah.
EIA?
Well, they took off this week, right?
We didn't do it this week.
Yeah.
So
Didn't do it.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
some talking feds next week. CPI, PPI on Tuesday. CPI on Tuesday.
Okay.
We've got next Wednesday, we've got PPI on Wednesday, trade balance, retail sales, all
That's a
that
big
on
one.
Wednesday of next week.
Okay.
And Johnny,
they also have crude oil inventories on Wednesday of next week. So maybe there's 2 next week.
Double dipping. All right.
That should be fun.
that should be fun. Dolby Time
Philly
says,
Fed on
Johnny,
Thursday.
take your crystal ball out. Get that crystal ball out.
Right. Right. Philly Fed on Thursday. Really, that's about it. And then Friday, building permits, housing starts. Nothing huge next week, doesn't look like, but that's just on one calendar. But
inflation will be interesting.
the market is back into range bound activity.
Yes.
Oh
boy.
I've got to do my research to find the weekly kickoff levels for next week, which I haven't had the opportunity yet. But this was expected behavior, was to check the low, check back to the high. If we can't take out the high, we check back to the low. We can't take out the low, we check back to the high. I think we're range bound and we're waiting for new information. Still a lot of uncertainty out there. Anything can happen, if God forbid something goofy happens over the weekend, everything can change in a heartbeat.
That's right.
Hey, John, I got a question over in crude. We're looking at it right now on my 30-minute crude. The last 2 hours have had some heavy wicks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing the candle in the middle. What does that tell us?
It's indecision, really. I mean, especially when you're looking at a series of short bodies with long wicks. The market is seeking to auction higher, but it's not doing a very good job. It's not really doing a good job on the auctions lower. It's indecision. We got a whole lot of overnight longs that are still in this market. We were looking at this trend line this morning. Well, we just put in the third point of contact on that. So unless we see new business bringing price higher, it's likely to just kind of rotate back lower because of all the short-term inventory longs that we've got. And we know they want to go home flat. Shorter time frame traders are not going to be taking positions in crude oil over the weekend. So, but this is a lot of indecision.
Dana's saying that crude's very responsive today. Only barely 70 ticks in the entire session, which makes it a very hard day. DC was asking me what I thought about crude. I'm hands off. Either way, I'm going to sit on the fence and go through the weekend.
Yeah, these wicks on the tops of these, all very responsive. Just traders looking at this saying, it's too expensive, I'm going to try short. It's too expensive, I'm going to try a short. But with all these longs, some of them may be actually liquidating some of those longs as well. So,
yes.
But yeah, it's responsive activity. It's higher. People are selling it.
Thank you, sir.
No problemo.
Yeah, looks like this rally's kind of run out of a little bit of steam in the equities here. Validation, perhaps. We'll see.
Coming up in just a little bit here, we will be having Mick for Shoulder Tap. And just want to share some things with you today. As we had Danny here for the Marine's birthday, we want to make sure that we follow through as a company with respect. This Saturday, if you are on our mailing list, we're going to be sharing a code that will let you, that will get you your first month in a new 50K trading combine for $11.
That's
so
pretty
check
sweet.
your email Saturday. Also, a lot of questions about, hey, I signed up, or where's the wait list where I can sign up to try Topstep X? Well, we are allowing more people in from the wait list each day. So be patient. I think we had like 5,000 entries. The emails go out at 10 a.m. Central, which they're out if we want to use. Let's see. Yes. So we we are accepting new. So if you're on that list, be patient. We can only give out so many at a certain time. I know that some people are like, I signed up the first day. That first day we had, I think, 3,500.
I think you're right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So just be patient. Everybody will get a stab at it, and we'll go from there.
I think you like what you see.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. They did
Yes.
Spruce just got up to almost a weekly kickoff high, very close to D's demand level.
Gold got a new low. Gold got a little heavy here.
What's gold trading, Eddie?
Right now I'm looking at 1942.
Cool.
60.
Through the gap.
That's the shorts.
Fall into the
Just
gap.
grinding lower. Grinding.
I can hear it.
It's like the gnashing of teeth.
Yeah, those are tough.
The spindling of gears.
Yeah, it might be it for the day. We'll see.
Tanner wants to know, what's the dollar doing?
What is the dollar doing?
Let's see.
They look at the you look at the Dixie for that?
Yeah.
That dollar index? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dixie.
Yeah. On a
What's called the
slightly
Dixie.
delayed quote, it's up just 0.04%. Not really doing much.
Yeah,
There you go, Tanner.
asked and answered. All right. Damn it, that was the trade.
Chris just passed his combine with the Topstep X trial. Very nice.
Oh,
There you go.
how about that?
Good job.
All right.
All right.
Do you hum to relax yourself? Sometimes. I talk to myself. I hum to myself. Sing to myself. Did you guys ever trade with music? Anyone out there?
Podcasts.
What's that?
I listen to podcasts.
There you go.
I used to like to, but I can't anymore.
Well, you can't. It's a little different now, but yeah, trading music.
I listen to
That's-
classical. It's got to be no singing or no opera or anything.
Because you'll pay attention to the words, right? Yeah,
It's got to be instrumental. It sort of throws me.
Little Mozart.
Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, whoever.
A lo-fi Pink Floyd. Here you go.
Yeah,
Cool,
if you got
guys.
questions, throw them in there, man. It's Capital Preservation Friday. Let's get weird.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little wonky here.
Deanna says she finds music too distracting because she wants to
Well,
analyze the
you're
music,
different.
but she is
Yeah, you're
a
different.
consummate musician, so
Yes.
that makes sense.
There's something about just sitting quietly in a room that is unnerving to me.
I can't do it either. Car or a room. I need or walking on the street. Unfortunately, I need something.
Well, I do have a little bit. Before Mick gets here, I got a little bit more news we didn't get to yesterday.
That's what I was just sending in the rendezvous room. Yes. What do you got, Jackie?
Well, let's see what I got.
What you got?
Yesterday. So, like, Eli Lilly has a new drug that's going to rival Wegovy and Ozempic. As you learned yesterday on the quiz, Novo Nordisk or whatever represents 5% or something of the entire economy of Denmark. So this is the competitor. I have a question. It's called Zepbound. That's a terrible name for the drug.
Seppo
Like
from the
Zeppo.
Marx Brothers. Yeah.
Zepbound?
Oh, I gotcha.
Who's going to inject yourself? We can go to the next
Zepbound.
one, James.
Wait, isn't Ozempic? I mean, aren't those for like type 2 diabetes?
Well,
not
They
weight
found
loss?
out, yes, it is, but they found out it was good for obese.
weight loss. Yeah.
Yes. That's sometimes, that's like, some of these, pills like, Viagra, they were, guys in the NFL were taking Viagra before a game. So the blood would move a lot quicker. They wouldn't tire out as quick. But
That's a
be
terrifying
careful
thought.
there.
What's it do now?
Yeah, some defensive end jacked up on Viagra coming at you. That's weird. But restaurants are betting. I don't know about this bet. Apparently, restaurants are betting that Ozempic will make diners buy more salads, pitas. I would never go long. America's want to eat more salads. If you go one more, I love that the here we got Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burger CEO. His name is Chris Dull, which is perfect for this quote about them adding more chicken and maybe even salads at some point. Just riveting.
How is their chicken was perceived to be healthier?
Chris Dull, living up to the name.
Yes, Chris Dull. Thank you. Unseasoned chicken, nothing more dull.
Yeah, I seen the chat. Short the salads. Short the salads.
Short the salads. Short that mark.
And we got one more note on this. This is an actionable item for all of you. I saw this yesterday. That pasta and rice might be healthier as leftovers because the starches contract or something and gives you more fiber. So you're making mac and cheese, put it in the fridge, come back to it.
Very good.
I don't have
make it for tomorrow.
John, you remember John? We had him on. He used to come on. John Boudreal. Remember John Boudreal?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We used to have him on the Squawk Radio. Yeah, I was trying to contact him.
Technical analyst.
Yes. I'm trying to get him. Anybody got contact with him, tell him to get a hold of me. But he was like a nutritionist, very much so. And as a joke, I'm like, yeah, I got pizza for breakfast. And he goes, you know what? That's probably better than a lot of things that they offer out there.
Really?
As far as food, having your pizza. He used to give everybody tips on food.
Pizza's the perfect food.
Yeah.
All four food groups are represented.
I agree.
The Viagra for the NFL players, they play hard.
Oh, come on.
That wasn't mine.
They write these jokes, don't write themselves, folks.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, comedy cookie goes to Dub.
You want to break something,
Oh, God.
Dub gets a comedy cookie.
Well, we got Mick in the waiting room. If we want to take a quick few seconds here, Eddie, and then get to that.
Bring him in.
Certainly. All right. Shoulder tap coming up here in just a few seconds.
Birthday
we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Birthday's yesterday.
And it's time for shoulder tap. We got our birthday boy, Mick Aronimo, with us.
Good morning, guys. It's not my birthday anymore.
Hope you had a great day yesterday.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. Good day. It was nice being on with you guys. Feeling younger every day.
Well, you look great.
I don't see any gray there yet. I don't see any gray.
Yeah, right on the beard a little bit. Got some gray, but that's it.
Mine just starting to come in too. It's inevitable.
I was hanging out. I was golfing with a guy who used to be in the wheat pit, and we were talking about the good old days. He traded with my dad in there, and he made a comment. Speaking about the grays, he made a comment about how my dad always dyed his hair, and I was like, my dad never dyed his hair. It just stayed black. He never got grays. He's losing it, but he never dyed it. So
That's funny.
Yeah. I was like, Josh, he's never dyed it. But,
What are you talking about?
It's funny how people think they know.
yeah. What are you talking about? I listened to you guys, and so many occasions I wish I was part of the conversations with you. Eddie aging himself talking about Viagra a few minutes ago.
Did you hear that for football players?
The hot dogs. Yeah, for everybody who didn't.
Oh, yeah, what's up with that?
YouTube. Yes, I'm a Chicagoan, and I put ketchup on my hot dog. And nowadays, I do it just to drive my wife crazy because she can't stand it.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he lose his Chicago card because of
I mean, there's something wrong there, man. I don't know.
Andre, you sound like my wife. For those of you that don't know, yes, Chicagoans, it's unorthodox to put ketchup on your hot dogs, mustard or Chicago style, but no ketchup.
Yep.
They even give you a weird look at the ball games if anybody.
If you ask for ketchup, right?
Yes, you'll definitely get weird looks.
Yeah, I've heard no's before too.
If you ever have a hot dog at the Wiener Circle, don't ask for ketchup on your hot dog. Put it on yourself.
You get it on yourself a little bit.
They will roast you.
Ask for a milkshake. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Have you ever dunked a hot dog in a milkshake?
Mick, you're a weird dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've done it. I've dunked fries in the milkshake.
Fries, yeah.
Chocolate milkshake, you get it.
Yeah.
Inside
easy
joke
on me, Jack. It's Friday. I told you guys yesterday I was feeling spicy, just in a good mood. And speaking of good moods, our XFA traders have put me in a really good mood. It's been a hell of a week for them.
Okay.
We transferred so far between Monday and yesterday, Thursday, 29 people got called up. We've never called that many people up.
Wow.
Week's not even over. I got some good trading activity on the boards behind me, so we're going to peak over 30 for sure this week. So a shout out to all those express funded account traders. As a group, they've been doing pretty well. Live traders actually have been struggling this week, and that's always tough to see, tough to share. But I'm sharing it because give you full disclosure here, and even the best traders will have losing days and weeks, and just them as a group as a whole. It's not been too great, but the XFAs have been trading really well. So shout out to all of you traders. Also, big shout out to our veterans out there with Veterans Day tomorrow. Really appreciate every bit of sacrifice and all your courage, and thank you for serving all of us here in the country. Really appreciate you, and you deserve way more than just a single day, so thank you. A couple people I want to shout out on the team here. Dan, AJ, thanks so much for your service. Can't thank you enough.
Well said.
Yeah, for everybody else out there that's watching, thank you too.
Yes, and God bless you all.
I couldn't help but thinking about it, the other day when you guys this segment was getting ready to start, and I was like, oh, keep Andre on. I feel like you're the funded traders rabbit foot this week. We started off the week talking about high win percentages, and I've been able to share a lot of good trading activity around high winning days, high winning trade percentages. I got more of that for you today.
Nice.
So 3 traders I want to feature. Every single one of the people that we pull up on these trading cards were transferred to a live account yesterday. So I want to showcase some of the trading activity from their XFAs. And first, I want to start out with Jorge.
Olathe, Kansas. I know where that is.
Have you been there?
I went to school right around there, yeah. Sorry.
I've got a
Rock Chalk.
Oh, you
Rock
did?
Chalk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to thank production for not posting a picture that looks like a prison.
Yes.
That was
We
wild.
have a nice, beautiful building here with
Yes.
trees and grass.
Wow, this is a good
Look at
looking
that
car.
architecture.
We should only post prisons from now on.
Well, no doubt after I'm
Alcatraz
saying
is
that,
next week.
I know you're going to stick. Yeah. Where's the closest prison to, Chicago, Illinois? We actually
have
got a
one.
prison right around the corner from the building
Yes.
here. From
Yes,
my
we-
old office, I used to see those guys playing basketball up on the rooftop
Oh,
with
yeah.
a nice, beautiful view of the lake and the rest of the Chicago skyline.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's justice, but
Yeah.
we won't get into that here. We're talking trading. So
There you go.
Jorge has he's kind of snuck under the radar with these small wins on his average daily P&L. He's a singles hitter, trading the
Love
NASDAQ.
it.
Super consistent
Light and tight.
profitability. Almost 90% winning days, 87% winning trades. Like, I don't see that metric a lot. Being right 9 times out of 10 when you
That's
day
something.
trading in the NASDAQ.
Especially NASDAQ, yeah.
Yeah, and so
What's the pool? How many trades has he taken?
he averages 4 trades per day. And I tell you, I look at these trade reports,
day.
and when I see a trade report and there's single digits on the average trades per day, I'm like, oh, I immediately almost fall in love with those traders.
Right.
Jorge's surgical. Average 4 trades per day. There are a number of days on his trade report that you just see 1 trade per day, and that's like what we were talking about, Andre. With the and you too, John. The high winning percentages. The more selective you are with your trades, be it 1 trade a day, 4 trades a day, you're gonna be taking better trades. Your statistics are gonna look better. So really happy for him. This has just been surgical trading. Great trade report. He's gonna do so well in the live account if he can carry this trading strategy, this style over to the live accounts. This guy's gonna be taking money out of the markets left and right.
That's
So what's the
that's a great adjective. Surgical trading.
What's the one thing that sticks out to you guys on this card? Because I'm looking at the risk reward, like you said. If you're, maybe you let your winners ride a little bit longer. If you're 87%, win rate, I think you can let your winners ride a little longer. Hopefully, stretch out those profits a little bit more. But yeah, hey, 87%. You got the math on your side, so who am I to? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right. Am I okay on the screen right now? I just saw my end of things froze up.
It's just keep going. It's coming through fine on the YouTube.
Okay, all right.
Everything else,
it's been a
I
little
know what you've been
wonky,
seeing,
but
but YouTube, it's coming fine.
All right, great. Hopefully I don't have to step away and refresh the screen or anything as a distraction. So super happy for Jorge. Andre, you were just talking about the risk reward. I'm actually pretty impressed that he's able to eke out the 87% winning trades with, risk reward being kind of flipped, on average making $270, and then on average, losing 664. I have a feeling, and this is just my suspicion, I think I'm correct though, but with the winning trades percentage being so high, I don't think Jorge is used to being in losing trades, and that might be why he's hanging on to those losses to the tune of them being, almost 3 times as large as the wins. But that's just my suspicion.
Well, I would suspect that Jorge is a pretty short time frame trader. It's easier to have a higher win percentage when you're not looking for big profits.
Yes. No doubt.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
See a dollar on the ground, pick it up. See a dollar on the ground, pick it up. That's what he's doing here. So good stuff. Shout out to you, Jorge. Next, I want to do the card for one of our traders, Saeed, and I've nicknamed Saeed Mr. Flawless. Mr. Flawless and his XFA.
Mr. Flawless.
Mr. Flawless. I got to refresh this. It's driving me crazy.
It's all good.
See what we're talking about here. Sorry about that, everybody.
Bringingsville, Pennsylvania.
Where's the jail?
We're showing a nice picture, so yeah.
So Mr. Flawless spent 11 short days in the Express funded account. 100% winning days. Win streak for 110% winning days. That's a typo. 11-day win streak. They traded 11 days. They didn't have a single losing day in their XFA, and they averaged about $1,100 a day trading the YM, the mini Dow, and the S&Ps. Coincidentally, Saeed, 4 trades per day on average. So another great example of people being selective. I really want to burn this into everybody's minds.
Yep.
The more selective you are, I'm giving you all these examples this week. The more selective you are, the higher winning trade percentages you're going to have. And if you have the higher winning trade percentages, it goes without saying, average winning days are going to be higher. So really like what I see out of Mr. Flawless here with his selective trading. Great risk reward, 2.5 to 1. On average, they're pocketing over $500 while only risking about 200 on those trades. And
Beautiful.
you know, like I said, Mr. Flawless, Saeed, that's your new nickname. I'm going to forever call you that. You know, this is Flawless for now. We talked about it this week. You can't maintain 100% winning trades, but that's what you should be shooting for. So if you can come anywhere close to what you've been doing in the XFA and your live account, you're going to be great. And, you know, for all of you traders out there who are aspiring to make more money, be more successful, you'll be more successful if you're more selective, and you'll make more money if you have that consistent profitability and you can put the gas pedal down and scale it a little bit, like, you know, Hogan Andre shared with their experience at the prop firm, and how you do that and how your risk manager would expect you to do that.
Mick, I want to know how he makes 110% winning days.
Yeah.
That's a trick I need to know.
I caught that, Johnny.
Yeah, that's a little typo. I don't know. Maybe production's just messing with me since I'm giving him a hard time about the prison photo, which wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do it, 110% of winning days, that's fantastic.
We should pepper this in. Oh, speaking of prisons and the shoulder tap segment, I got a shoulder tap for Nick T. I brought it up yesterday. It's one of our traders in a live account. They were up $3,600 yesterday. Took a big trade, finished the day down $3,000 on the day. Now, you never want a good winning day turn into a losing day, but Nick T has not been trading too well in that live account lately. And then again today, not too good. Started with like a little over 3,000 in the account. It's kind of been, the account's been eroding over the last couple weeks, and they're in a 150K. And to my, the dog is leaning up against the tripod. Get over here. Sorry about that.
Lacey pulled my my router out one day.
Nice.
Sorry for the distraction. All right, she's out of the way. So, yeah, Nick T, he hit his daily loss limit today, and he didn't have a $3,000 daily loss limit, and he didn't have much more than 3,000 in the account. So, you know, to all you traders out there, don't go, you know, boom or bust. That's what he did today. He slapped on, you know, the max size that he could with where his account balance was, and it was a very short trading session for him. But if you're in a position where you don't have a lot in the account, you can't be risking that much of your account. You know, he risked 90-something% of his account, and you know, I think he gave up on the account. And you know, I'm going to remember that. We don't want anybody giving up. You're not supposed to give up as a trader. You're supposed to fight and be smart, pick your areas where you're fighting. But if you've, you know, been in a drawdown and you're bringing your account to a low balance, don't risk a large percentage of it. This is where you say, okay, I got $3,000-something. You know, if I risk $500 in a day, I got to lose 6 days in a row, 500 to burn through that 3,000. And that's what I wish Nick was thinking about. So
he's not following our mantra, always trade for tomorrow.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody out there, we used to have our old big office before COVID. We had a big room in the middle, and on the wall, it was, John, what was it? Probably like 10, maybe not 10 feet high. And I'm not talking about the wall, but the slogan, always trade for tomorrow. It was 15 feet wide, and like 8 feet tall, just big letters. Always trade for tomorrow. And that's the name of the game. I've gone through plenty of slumps before. I'm sure you guys have too.
Absolutely.
And
100%.
we're not,
100%.
people who are here to go boom or bust or make quick money aren't going to be around for the tomorrow or the next week or the next month or the next year. It's the people that are, selective, like Mr. Flawless and Jorge, who are chipping away and, managing their trading metrics well. So that was sad to see, because I know Nick, he traded really well in the XFA, but it hasn't been going well in the live account for him. I do know he took some payouts, so at least he's got
at least he's got that, right?
He's got something to show for it. But
that's good.
If you can keep your account, you're always going to have an opportunity to show more for yourself and put more money in your pocket. So hopefully he chalks that up as a learning experience and can hear me, talking about him. I'm not knocking him, but I'm also a little disappointed because, that's a little tarnish on my name here with the call up right there. So anyways,
well, they can't all be winners. They can all be 110%.
110%ers, Johnny.
Yeah,
next time
let's just do that for every trading card where we've got another, a perfect win streak. Let's just call it 110% to throw people off.
That's not on you, Mick. I mean, there's a big change going from the trading combine to XFA and the XFA into the funded account. The decision making changes. It's not on you. He'll do better next time.
Yeah, John, can you talk a little bit more about the decision making and how that changes, mindset and
Sure. I mean,
about that.
One of the things that I've heard most of in my time here at Topstep and talking to traders is, I do so well just trading on a sim account, just a random sim account. It's just, everything goes my way. It seems easy. And then I get into the trading combine and I can't seem to do anything right. Well, it's because there's skin in the game. There's accountability. Right. There's rules. There's consequences for the things that you do. There's none of that in a random sim account. It changes your decision-making process. Going from the trading combine to the XFA, now you're able to pull profits out of the market. That is going to add another aspect of kind of duress or that feeling of that skin in the game. And, it's going to make the decision-making even harder. So they get into a funded account and it gets even harder still. It's like, walking on the floor, walking on a 2x4 on the floor, walking on a 2-foot high 2x4 and moving that 2x4 up to 4 feet. It's the same process going from the end to end, but I bet you it's going to be much more difficult at 4 feet than it is right on the floor to go from end to end on that balance beam.
It's a balance beam. I was just going to say, that's your balance beam graphic. Yep.
Added pressure in a number of ways. I know we always like doing the pro ball analogies too, and we say, getting called up to the big leagues. It's, I've never walked on to the an MLB field with a bat in my hand going up to plate, but I would imagine that everybody does for the first time, nervous as can be. So
100%. And no way in the heck I'd be able to hit the ball.
I'd love to see you swing a bat, John.
John was a skateboarder when he was younger.
I know. I was going to say, I think I've seen him do a couple kick flips.
A couple kick flips and ollies.
Never much good at baseball. Although I did coach my son's baseball team for a while. We did all right. It was fun.
I bet Luke smashed the crap out of the ball.
Yeah, when he hit it hard.
Then just run like hell.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, speaking of smashing the ball, I remember we were playing softball one time. We had a co-ed league through Topstep.
Go fund yourself.
Organized. Yeah, go fund yourself was our happy you brought that up. I saved that T-shirt. I still have that T-shirt. We named it Go Fund Yourself. Yeah. We actually have a Slack channel here, one of our internal instant messaging where it's called Go Fund Yourself. It's me and some of the other funding team members. That was funny. But I remember Michael was up to bat and geez, he almost killed the pitcher one time. He swings a good bat, and I think we were using an illegal metal bat that I brought from college for softball, and he just so happened to be using that. And yeah, he almost took the pitcher's head off. That was scary.
Yikes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Michael can go yard with on the baseball field or on the softball field. Speaking of going yard or good performance again, Last trader we can feature today as we're winding down on time, Chris C. out of Jackson, Tennessee. I just drove through Tennessee 2 weeks ago. It was a beautiful time of year to go through there.
I was just in Tennessee too.
I was gonna say John was just there too.
Yeah.
This is more killer stuff. You were down there, John?
Yeah, I was in just outside of Nashville and Franklin. It was at a wedding.
Right.
At a wedding.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice people down there, the Southern people. Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of nice, Chris has been putting up nothing but nice stats and killing it in the XFA. Again, all these people I mentioned today, they're getting called up to a live account. Chris got called up yesterday. Average daily P&L 871. I love this trend. I keep getting to talk about people with 91% winning days, 90% winning days, 76% winning trades. I mean, to be right 3/4 of the time that you make a trade, trading the equity indices on relatively shorter time frames, and I say shorter time frames because you're looking at the 1-to-1 risk reward there, making about 300 bones or risking 262 on the losses. That is really, really impressive. And 8-day win streak. So as you can see, 91% winning days. Chris wasn't in his XFA for too long. We like this performance a lot. This is the demographic of the people that we want to call up. I don't know if we have it handy, but we could probably show the trader success metrics, which is a table that our production team's got. And I don't know how handily available it is right now.
Probably not super handy.
Okay. Well,
yeah, James.
We'll keep it handy.
Keep talking about MP's bat.
Maybe next. Talking about MP's bat.
Yeah.
If you guys just give us a few seconds, we'll get it up.
Okay.
But, talk about something else.
Okay. Well, I mean, Chris he traded really well. Super selective. Wasn't quite at the 4 trades on average per day like Jorge and Saeed. But this is great. This is the stuff we love. And these are base hits that we're seeing from these traders, and it's been a very exciting week for the risk team, pulling all these people up. So our group of live traders, at the prop firms growing, and that's what we want. We want good traders. We need good traders, and always happy to talk about them with you on this segment, as well as the Nick T's, where people they've got some good stuff, but there's always areas to improve and things to learn from with those shoulder taps.
Ooh,
there we go.
Good
Trader
job,
success
production.
Metrics. Nice. Thank you, radio.
That's how you close strong on a Friday.
Yeah.
Good job.
You say radio?
Yes. Did you guys ever do that? They would call the people, when we were down on the floor trading.
Calling in trades.
Pit trade radio, the halves traded, the orders traded, quarter, even money. And then they would punch it in and update the boards. I'm going to call production radio from now on.
The Merc, we didn't call them radio. We just call them pit reporters.
Reporters,
of course, you knew them by name after a while, but I remember at the mid-am, it was always, hey, radio, quarters trade.
I like that radio. All right, Mick, what are we looking at here?
These are the success metrics from a large sample size of people we call up from the XFA to a live account. Average P&Ls that you're seeing here, these are bigger numbers than the people I featured today. I just said those were base hitters, very selective. And I want to say the people that I shared on the trading cards today, with as selective as they are, we did look at some of their P&Ls on the risk reward ratios, not massive P&Ls. I think for those people that are more risk averse, they're going to have an easier path, or just naturally put up higher winning trade percentages, as well as winning days. Although, the winning trade percentages and the winning days here are nothing to balk at, with those being in the, upper 60s, upper 70s. But these are the success metrics over, I think it was 30 or more XFA to live call-ups, and the stats that they're putting up. So on average, those traders were making 2,400 a day, 17 trades a day. I think we lost the image, but pretty good hold times too, if I remember what was on there, like 28 minutes or something.
28 minutes, yes.
Yeah. So just wanted to share that. We'll pepper that in every so often, because I know we have viewers that didn't see it last week or the week before, so ended in on a Friday. show them the trader success metrics. It should be everybody's goal to have 100% winning trades and get called up from their XFA to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Mick. What's on tap this weekend? Anything cool?
I think I'm gonna go shoot some sporting clays on Sunday. Costco run, clean up the house a little bit, do family stuff.
We did Costco yesterday.
Nice. Always an exciting thing.
Yes.
Did you get the hot dog, John? Did you get the $1.50 hot dog?
No, we did not.
If you got it, would you put ketchup on it?
No. Not a chance.
No, not a snowball's chance in hell, Mick.
Oh, well, yeah, the hot dog's decent over there. Sorry, Costco, your pizza's garbage. But I will sneak in a chicken bake on my way out after hitting the register
Those are pretty good.
While. Yeah, the chicken bakes are good.
We got the chicken pot pie. It's like this big yesterday. It's huge. It's pretty good. It was very good. Delicious. They used the rotisserie chicken in it, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, the rotisserie chicken's good. Actually, that's a good reminder. I got to put that on the list because we want to start feeding the little baby some chicken, and rotisserie chicken be good to have around in the fridge for when I brown bag it to lunch for lunch at work this next upcoming week.
Awesome.
Right, guys, thanks so much for having me on. Happy Friday. This was fun. It's a fun week.
It was a fun week. So, hey, real quick, how many traders did we call it this week?
29.
That's a monster number, right?
It's a monster number. That's through Thursday. We have not.
So we got more coming.
I think our biggest week, which was also just recently, I think it was last week, we called up 20 total. We're at 29 through Thursday. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we pull the trigger on at least 5 other people that we've been looking at this week, because some of the people we've been looking at are having good days today, which I like to see. So I'll share the final number with you, shoulder tap on Monday. You guys have anything fun planned for the weekend? I don't want to make it all about me.
Hold on. Were you asking me? I actually have mute. I don't have anything. Oh, actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. I actually have a good friend in town that I will be playing host with and showing them around town later this afternoon and into tomorrow. He's bringing the family with him, and he's from Chicago, but wants to see what's new. He hasn't been back in about a year, so we'll just play host in this awesome city.
Nice. So what are you going to do? Are you going to show them all the museums?
The museum. Walk around downtown Michigan Avenue, Millennium Park. Obviously, the Bean. You got to take
5 hours at the Bean.
The Bean. You got to take the selfies with the Bean.
Pictures from every angle over there.
Every angle. You got to get the picture with all the hotels in the background. Obviously, got to get that one in. If it's nice enough, architecture boat tour might be kind of rolling the dice. It could be pretty damn cold, but if it's nice and sunny, perhaps do that. The Bean is blocked off, I'm being told. They haven't wrapped. Oh, that's right. They're working on it, right?
Oh, God, not the Bean.
Really?
Oh, man. They're going to be so bummed. I told them to see that damn thing. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I don't know. Maybe get some deep dish. Do the tourist stuff.
Nice. Where do you get your deep dish? What's your deep dish go-to?
Pequods.
F yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Pequods. And sometimes lose, but mostly Pequods.
Yeah, Lou's is great. I always have a taste for Lou's, but Pequods is extra special. If you're in the Chicagoland area and you haven't had it or heard of it, go to Pequods. What's that? Clybourne and Webster-ish. Clybourne and Armitage. Clybourne and Webster.
Yep.
Just don't go to Pequods and then go to the movie theater across the street, because you will be so full from that pizza you will fall asleep. I've never fallen asleep in a movie theater. Went to Pequods for dinner on my birthday, actually, one year. Had a few Miller Lights, had a pizza. We went to go see a Bond movie, which always starts off with a big, exciting opening scene. Yeah. I passed out like 15 minutes into the movie. And I didn't have too many beers. It was all the pizza.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyways, all right, man. Well, thanks for hopping on. People love the shoulder tap segment, and let's keep kicking ass next week.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, you guys. Enjoy your company in town, and be well, be safe.
And
thanks, Mick. Say hello to everybody for me.
And we'll be back in a quick jiffy with the quiz to close out the week. So,
sweet. All right, real quick. Just want to say bye to everyone. John, thanks for letting me jump on Fast Markets with you guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. You're helping me learn. Try to switch up gears and try to trade. I know everyone else in the chat, and maybe I was a little slow to the party, but yeah, man, you're helping me, so I appreciate it a lot.
You had a good day today. You made a little bit, so we'll do it again on Monday. Have
Awesome.
a great
Thanks.
weekend.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for.
G'day, party people. It's Friday. Hello, Danielle.
Hello. How are you all?
Good. Were you asking everyone in the chat?
Everyone in the chat and you, Jack. How's your Friday been?
Oh, it's been good so far.
Good.
Real quick, if you're looking for the link, it is pinned to the top of the chat, or you can go to kahoot.it and type in that game pin, but the link's probably easier. I was reminded in the comments, someone pointed out, obvious, that I do look like Seth MacFarlane. But that reminds me of, do you remember, Danielle, when we did those stand-ups where we were doing lookalikes?
I was really hoping you were going to bring this up, Jack. I didn't want to be the one to do it.
The most disrespectful thing ever said about me at work was someone that we worked with. So it would be like your day, and they would say what your celebrity look like was. And everyone else in the marketing department would be like, oh, you look like Selma Hayek. Oh, you look like Casper Van Dien. Don't know why I use that example. It's an old one. Everybody looked like gorgeous celebrity.
Cool.
And then this one individual who shan't be named.
I hope he's watching.
I hope he is too. Said that I look like Michael Myers. This gets better. Not Michael Myers, the serial killer, Michael Myers, the actor, but not like Michael Myers. He said specifically, I look like Michael Myers in the Cat in the Hat live action movie. Holy shit.
That was the best day.
I don't know what I give off as energy that could be appropriate, but
James, maybe we can get a picture of that. If not today, maybe Monday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
James,
that, yeah.
I'll explain the rules really quick while you can find a picture of this. So anyway, top quiz, 4 questions today. We're giving away 10 free resets. Those free resets will go to people that answer either 3 or 4 questions right. If you do that, you'll be randomly selected. There will be 10 of you, and I'll email you sometime this afternoon. Remember to look at your device. That's where the questions come up. Remember, and I have to say this every time, the leaderboard is just for bragging rights. You are randomly chosen. If you email support because you won on the leaderboard, you will gain my ire. All right. So, Danielle.
Yes.
Perfect score has still not been done yet.
Today.
How are you? Today?
Today's the day.
You know, you would think 1 out of every 16 times just by guessing somebody should get perfect, but it's still elusive.
We hope. We're trying our best, Jack.
All right.
I think
Piner
it's today, though.
Phil.
Mick got me fired up with the ketchup on hot dogs.
He doesn't seem like the type, does he? Like,
That's why it shocks me so much. No, he doesn't seem like the type. That was shocking information today.
also, you'll be glad to know that Bruno Mars is in cahoot today. I saw that. name
Thank
up,
God.
So thank you,
Hi,
Bruno
Bob.
Mars. We should have him do every Super Bowl halftime show. All right, we got Booger Trading in there, Marcellus.
Good.
Jason, remember, 1-letter or 2-letter names are friggin' lame. Don't do it. Give me something. Joe Poos, my man, is back. Let's get in. Okay, so we'll start this in a few seconds here.
All right. Shameless
All
plug
right.
in the meantime. I brought some pottery. Hoag's not the only artist around here, guys.
Are you selling it?
Well, I don't know. Make me an offer, Jack.
And Etsy,
Maybe.
make you a market on the pot? Those are nice
Maybe.
pots.
I gotta make a thanks. I appreciate it. I gotta make a website, maybe.
Yeah.
I have
do
one
it
more
too.
thing to say. I've been taking notes while you guys have been talking. I feel the love for Pequods, but Luz is the best, but also Paisanos is underrated. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think Luz is the best. And if you are interested in trying Luz, they will ship you a frozen pizza anywhere,
Yep.
at least in the United States, maybe internationally. I don't know.
Ooh, we should ship some pizzas to some TopstepTV viewers sometime. There's something there. There's something there. Okay.
Yeah, we will
Writing
send.
that down.
We'll mail you a frozen pizza one of these days for top.
Writing that down for later.
But for now,
Gotta make sure you guys are well fed.
Yeah. If you don't get in today, we'll be back Monday. We do this every weekday. So, time to start this.
Let's do it.
Got to do it. Got to get on my weekend. Ho reminded me I need to go to Costco. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's do it.
Let's start. All right. Today, I don't know why I'm doing an Australian thing. Liza Disc. Good day, Bruce, Sheila. All right.
You like
Question number
Crocodile
1.
Dundee?
Yeah. Which of these is not the last name of a talking Fed,
Oh.
aka not an FOMC committee member? Goolsby, Powell, Waller, or Jordan?
I'm going to go with, oh, wait, I'll give it a minute. You like
Oh.
Crocodile Dundee?
I do like Crocodile.
You do. It's great. Okay, I'm going to go with Goolsby. I feel like I haven't heard you guys say that one, but I also feel like it could be the answer because it sounds funny, you know?
Yeah, it is Jordan. You're dissing my man, Austin Goolsby, chairman of the Chicago Fed. Yeah.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
Goolsby's real.
I'll write that down for later.
Let's be honest. It's a really funny last name. And his first name,
Great.
Austin, is also spelled with 2 A's. So just all around banger of a name.
That's great.
Yeah, Jordan, Michael, I didn't make up a last name. That's a random last name, not on the Fed. Some of you knew it, some of you didn't. That's how the quiz goes. Bragging rights board. Not your friend, not yet. I'll grow on you.
Yeah, maybe after the expo in March.
See you in Vegas. Rob's ham sandwich. That's sandwich. That's good. All right. Question number 2. I don't remember these. Tyrannosaurus Rex roamed Earth in what geologic time period?
Oh,
Cretaceous, Jurassic, Triassic, or Cenozoic?
well, you'd think it would be Jurassic because Jurassic Park, but I feel like you're trying to do a trick question here again.
There are no trick questions here.
I'm going to go with Triassic. I'm going to go over 4.
Your instincts were right, but your guess was wrong. The Cretaceous period is when my man T-Rex was doing his thing. Don't worry, there's still time. Still time. 2 questions, and then we can...
I'd be happy with 2 for 4.
Yeah. Well, at this point,
Friday.
yeah, you'd be happy. That means you get the next 2 questions right.
My brain is taxed. It's Friday. Actually, we had a fun week. We were in the office, had some nice dinners with the team this week. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody.
Mhm.
Not your friend rising up the board for bragging rights. Itachi Uchina, Bones knows.
That's great.
Is your name Bones? Let us know.
Bones
That's tight.
Jones.
Sound like a badass. Hardo. My friend Bones. Okay, question number 3. What are the 2 goals of the FOMC's dual mandate? Low sustainable interest rates and maximum employment, banking stability and liquid markets, price stability and maximum sustainable employment, or being here for a good time, not a long time?
All right. Well, I'm going to go with bank stability and liquid markets.
Well, you're not going 2 for 4 today. The dual mandate of the Fed is price stability and maximum sustainable employment. There are other agencies and stuff that are concerned with liquid markets and banking stability.
This one's for the traders, not for the marketers. I get it.
Yeah, and by the way, we should send a pizza to the 9 menaces who chose being here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, send me your email. I'll send you a pizza.
You guys are rowdy. All right, it's Friday.
Friday.
Rebecca Black, where you at? Not your friends. Relix, Uriah Heep. A, you got to up that name game. You got to up it.
Come on, A.
Get out of here. All right, you ready for this last question? Close the effing door on A. Did you see that earlier?
Yes, that was great. Close the effing door. I got to see the clip. I saw your news clipping, but I need to watch a clip when we get off.
You need
TV.
to watch this clip. It's so funny. I can't believe it happened. we are blessed. Okay.
Sometimes we've all had enough, Jack.
Yeah. up 233 places. NASDAQ is the highest climber. NASDAQ is pretty good.
Thank God.
Okay. Last question.
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ. My kid loves ducks. Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic, now has a market cap equal to the entire GDP. What country in which it is based? I said this earlier on the podcast.
Oh no! Now you guys are
Netherlands,
listening, but
Sweden,
I was
Denmark, or Norway.
Okay, well, when I get this wrong, I hope you know it's because you all keep me so busy in the chat. I'll go with Norway.
That's the one that sounds most like it, but it is in fact Denmark.
Oh man,
yeah, huge
breaks for me today.
I can see some people in the chat, and what's funny is they won't see this until later. They're clearly watching on a delay because I see people commenting in the chat like, "Where's
Talking
the game pin?" Stuff like
heads.
that. Yeah.
Oh no,
guys, hit live on your YouTube. All right, bragging rights leaderboard finals.
Let's see.
3rd place, Relix with 2 X's.
All right.
Second, A. Congrats.
Hey, no, I'm knocking them off the podium with that 1-letter name. You got to make it more creative for Jack.
Not your friend. All-time hellos, other than this Jack.
Jack. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were playing. Wow.
Jacked up. That would be fun. Always on top. All right. Well, Danielle, thank you for joining today.
Of course.
It was a great
to be here with you all.
With everybody.
Oh, thank God, James.
James is telling me he has something real quick.
So important.
All right, let's see this.
A picture of Jack. Oh
my God.
You used the right headshot, James. You nailed it.
Where did you find the other one? Where are you getting these photos?
Oh my gosh. I really hope the person who said this is watching. I'm going to send them this clip afterwards.
FY,
Holy
look at
hell.
this. That's me in a better time rocking the Bears on the Great Wall of China.
That's a great Bears sweatshirt. I was just about to say that. That is a great looking sweatshirt.
It was. It's so depressing now. Yeah, just back to that. Back to my LinkedIn photo we took in the office.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
What do
Yeah,
you think
what
it
is it?
is? Is it just my eyes? I know I have smiley eyes.
Your
my
eyes, maybe the shape of the face, maybe the smile. It's everything, Jack. It's you.
All right.
But
Well,
Seth MacFarlane, that's also true. So you're like a chameleon.
I'm still upset that Google, I think James found my old headshot from the Improv Olympic. Hey. All right. Well,
This is great. Thank you, James. I needed that.
hey, FX Don says worst quiz yet. Awesome, dude.
Oh man, come on. We talked earlier. Really? Come on.
All right. I deserve. I'll make the perfect quiz for you, FX Don.
Yeah. Tell us a question you want to hear.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Great week, everyone. We'll see you back on Monday at 8 a.m. We got Isaac Suffren on for Power Players. I just learned.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool dude. More live trading. MP will be back. Deanna will be
Trades
back
by
on
Matt.
Monday. Trades by Matt.
Tuesday. Jared
Tuesday.
Tendler Wednesday. It's going to be a wild week.
That's a big week. So come on back. We'll see you then. In the meantime, namaste and trade well.
Bye, Cat in the Hat.